Um, Again, I don't really see how JD Vance's shift plays a role into how Trump could be a bad leader. But
yeah, once again, the conceptual relevance of this is you said Kamala Harris's shift made her bad leader, but JD Vance's shift didn't make him a bad leader.
the problem I have though is that she's still currently flip-flopping today. Like
on
and
what?
it's not over long periods of time either. It's
What is she flip-flopping on?
well, for one, this is a different topic, but she's just always reading a teleprompter. Which
No. What is she flip-flopping on today?
Okay, I'll tell you. She says that she's not Joe Biden, and she's not going to be a continuation of Joe Biden's rule, or not rule, but like lead of the country. She said she wouldn't do that, but she's shown multiple times that she is going to do pretty much exactly the same thing.
Okay, so what is she going to do that Biden did? Or what would she have done that Biden did?
She's just going to keep his economic plan going the exact same. And
wait, so the economic plan for the last 4 years, did you think he was like
Joe
really
Biden and
bad?
her worked meticulously on everything that he did together?
So like the economic tax plan for the last 4 years, do you think it was really bad?
Together, then that means she's going to just do the same thing.
Hey Jimmy, our tax plan for the last 4 years, was that like very like communist dog shit?
Yeah, I thought so. It was pretty bad.
Okay. In fact, it was Trump's plan.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Trump's tax plan doesn't expire until next year.
But there was no other factors playing into that?
No. Our federal tax code hasn't changed since Trump's admin.
All right, well, I also am from California, so that has a big play in the role.
No, it doesn't. Your state doesn't play into our federal tax plan.
So, I got a question. Why are you still
Sydney, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Sid, glad you're still going post-election. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much for the love, Sydney. Everybody show some love to Sydney down below.
For the next 4 years until the next election?
No. In fact, when I get done with our conversation here, I'm going to end and restart and talk about abortion.
Oh, okay.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to add on?
You want?
Do you have anything else that you'd like to add on here, Jimmy?
We could talk about abortion if you want.
Well, how about you come up after the restart? Just hop back in the queue. Hey, for the 4.1 thousand people hanging out with us in here today, I'm going to go ahead and hit a restart, and then we're just going to get right back to debates on abortion. So I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you all here in about 30 seconds. I need you to hop in that queue for me. The music is getting a little bit loud. I'm going to go on pause for like half a second just to... 1 second. I need to like completely kill this Spotify. Crazy. But hey, with further ado, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next guest here, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody just do give us a minute. What is going on? Rigby, do you think that abortion is murder?
Can you hear me? Is my audio working?
I sure can hear you, Rigby.
What's up, man? Big fan.
I appreciate that. Laura, thank you for the $1 on PayPal.
I don't necessarily think abortion is murder, but
I do appreciate you for coming up, man, and I appreciate you for the love as well, but I am just looking to talk to people that do think that abortion is murder. But welcome in, everybody, for the first 2.6 thousand people tuning into the live. It is super good to see you all. What is going on, Pup? Do you think that abortion is murder?
So I'm religious. I'm healing through religious trauma, and as Christianity, Southern Baptist, you're taught yes.
But is abortion murder? Like, do you think that abortion is murder?
No.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Hey, Pup, I do appreciate you for coming up, but I am just looking to talk to people that do think that abortion is murder. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody do give us a minute for the first 3,000 people hanging out with us in the stream here today. Welcome in. Please only hop in the queue if you do think that abortion is murder, and hopefully we'll be able to talk about legislation as well, but I just thought that this background would be a little bit more provocative, you know what I mean? What's going on, Zach? Do you think that abortion is murder?
Yeah, I do.
And how old are you, Zach?
I'm 18.
Okay, you're 18. So let's break this down, Zach.
Right.
Why do you think abortion is murder?
Well, like the guy previously said, I'm very religious. And, I believe that if you murder a baby inside of the womb, you are killing a child. I see, as Charlie Kirk has previously said, I see a child inside the womb as a human with potential, not a potential human being.
Okay, so you think that like all humans are deserving of these innate rights that would protect them from unjust aggression, right?
Do you not believe that?
No, I don't. Not at all. I don't believe that at all. No, I don't think, right, that our species classification or the orders of the chromosomes within our DNA is what gives us moral value. Not in the slightest. I think it's our ability to have first-person subjective experiences, to be sentient, to enact with the world around us subjectively, and nothing about our species classification. And I'll give you a good reason to believe this. Let's picture a brain dead patient, right? They're human, and yeah, they are biologically alive. Would you say that it is murder to pull the plug on them?
Obviously.
Obviously not, right? You understand how absurd that is. Would you say that we have a genocide in the world today because of like the countless brain dead patients that are having their plugs pulled every single day?
Well, if the definition of killing someone is you're killing them, so if you're taking a brain dead person and pulling the plug, you are killing them. You are
killing them, but there's a difference between killing and murder.
Yes, I understand that. But murder is for abortion. You're going.
Slow down. Do you actually think that like decapitating like a 20-year-old is just as bad as like medically pulling the plug on a brain dead patient?
I believe that they're both just as bad. You're killing someone.
You sick fuck. Okay, so killing is wrong. All killing is murder. That's your argument, right?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I think that if you're killing someone, that is incorrect.
Oh, okay. So then it's murder to go to McDonald's and get a 10-piece McNugget because you're paying for the killing of some chickens.
Well, that's a little bit different.
Well, tell me why I should value the life of a brain dead patient more than a chicken. I'm unconvinced.
Well, you know what? Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Do you see how like bullshit that is? Do you see how like you're just gonna come up here and like act like your delusions are correct? Like, no, you obviously don't think that a brain dead patient has moral value. None of us do, or else you would be standing right on the corner of your local hospital day in day out, bawling your fucking eyes out, holding up a sign saying "Stop pulling the plug," because you think a genocide is happening worldwide, systemically, government endorsed and chartered. Like it would be so fucked if we thought that pulling the plug on brain dead patients was murder. Do you get that?
Yeah, to be honest, I came up here to troll, to be honest.
All right, yeah, I could tell. We're going to move on to our next guest here, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody just do give us a minute. We got our next guest loading up in. All right, everybody do give us a minute. Hello, Lane. Do you think that abortion is murder?
Yeah.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 19.
You're not teen? What year were you born in?
2005.
2005. Okay, so why do you think abortion is murder?
Because it's a person coming to life, so technically murdering a person is illegal, and it is murder.
So if it's not illegal, it's not murder?
Yeah, if it's not illegal, it's not murder. Self-defense is different than killing.
Well, so abortions in Colorado and California aren't murder?
You said what?
So abortions in California and Colorado aren't murder because they're legal?
What do you mean because they're illegal?
Because they're illegal.
Abortion in general is illegal, or it should be illegal. It is murder.
Yeah, but you said if it's not illegal, it's not murder. So it's not murder in California and Colorado. Okay, he left. Ah, man, what a rough one. What a rough one, you guys. For everybody tuning in here, it's super good to see you all. We just went live. We're honestly just gonna be fucking around today, trying out new topics, having a blast. You already know. All right, what's going on, Justin? Do you think that abortion is murder? Justin, Pookie, hi.
I think it's murder. But
Hi. So why do you think abortion is murder, Justin?
you don't want me to use any religious background?
What's that?
I said, and you don't want me to use any religious background, right?
No, I don't care. You can if you want. I just want to know why you think abortion is murder.
Okay, then I would say that at the very fundamental level, it's just because we're made in the image of God. We're a species that's completely separate from, animals. I believe that if you saw someone that was close to you about to lose your life, you wouldn't have that same emotional connection or grievance, or if you lost a pet. I believe that.
I'd probably cry more if I lost a pet compared to like having the plug pulled on my brain dead cousin. Then I also don't think that emotional grievances would dictate moral value. For instance, like white supremacists and slave owners wouldn't have any emotional grievance when they'd unalive their slaves, right? But that doesn't mean that their slaves didn't have moral value.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I'm saying it obviously be a byproduct of the fact that it's at a higher level value. I'm not saying that aspect alone dictates it in its entirety, but it does.
I don't think that would be a byproduct at all, because there's also some people alive that would attribute much more value to pets than to other members of their species and would probably cry more, right, if all dogs and cats died compared to all humans, right? I don't think that
but I'm speaking from
levels of emotional grievance towards witness of death would dictate moral value. Also, I have no fucking emotional grievance when I see an abortion.
Okay, but
tell you?
all right, that is a different aspect. I'm saying when I'm saying this, just to clarify, I'm saying people who are in what I like to classify as a right state of mind that have a correct moral compass. Like if someone had more emotional connection to cats and dogs losing their life versus people who are losing their lives due to war or just any other error or corruption that's in the world, I believe that person would be not right in the head.
Okay, do you believe that the average American is quote-unquote right in the head?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and say that you and your evangelical buddies are right in the head, but everyone else is a little fucked. So I just want to ask you a question. Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Awesome. So why do you think that Christianity is true? Could you go ahead and justify the truth of Christianity for me? Because as we all know, your God has to exist, objectively in reality in order for the moral code of the Bible to be ordained as truth as well. So what is your justification for Christianity?
Would you accept my own testimony as truth, or would you just write it off?
Would you accept the Muslims?
Yeah, I don't.
No, you wouldn't. You'd reject it. Why did you just lie to me?
In this, it depends on the extent in which it goes to.
No. You're absolutely lying. You would never accept a Muslim's personal testimony. Did you know that vast majority of all followers of all religions of all time have personal testimony about their relationship with their respective creator?
Yeah, but that's why I said once again to a certain extent, bro, because the Bible does speak about how you don't have to necessarily get your source of power from God to still work miracles in the earth. So yes, I believe that people who are in different religions can testify about things that actually happen, but it doesn't.
What? So if a Muslim walks up to you and told you that last night Prophet Muhammad came to him in a dream, you'd say that could have actually happened.
No, bro. That's why I said once again that it's to a certain extent. I didn't say every testimony. I know.
No, obviously testimonies from other religions, if Christianity is true, are going to be false. You cannot have a reliably true testimony of Buddhism being accurate if Christianity is true.
Well, once again, bro, I understand, you just clarified what you were saying, because when I was saying testimony, it wasn't necessarily for the religion itself being true. It was just an offshoot of any truth that is under the...
Oh, no. I want you to justify that the religion is true. right? Because you're sitting here telling me that abortion is murder and 170 million American women and girls shouldn't have access to a form of healthcare that they deserve access to, all because you believe your religion is true, right? Well, I mean, I think that you need to justify that shit, bro. I mean, it's unreal, right, that we live in a society where we just let it slide for people to believe in delusions without any evidence that have real-world repercussions on the access to healthcare and fundamental rights of women and girls. Like, yeah, you kind of do have to justify your religion as being true. And I mean, just to like kind of organize this conversation, if we were to take this conversation out of religion and place it in anything else, you would absolutely understand what I'm saying. Like, for instance, I've just got done debating politics for like 7 months. I had to justify that Trump was a rapist, thereby instantiating that I never want to vote for him. I had to give empirical evidence. We had to go through the court documents. But as soon as it's about religion, no one cares to ask for reason to believe. But I do. So what is your evidence that justifies that Christianity is true?
Well, I'd say the fruit that we can see around the earth that is reflexive of what the Bible teaches. Because obviously you can have people who claim to be a Christian, but then, you know, enact different acts of hate across the world. So for people who actually invoke the real love of Christ, I feel like those people are the most evidential pieces for the existence of Christ.
How
And
so?
also, just like, once again, this would kind of go back into testimonies. For example, like you have so many people that might have dealt with addictions. They might have been people who were socially anxious. And then after they gave their life to Christ, they, you know, testified that those things were completely removed from them, or over time.
We see the same outcomes in all religions, in fact, right? Like we see lower levels of depression, lower levels of anxiety, etc., regardless of their religion. As soon as just someone finds a greater meaning of life and starts following any organized religion, we generally see like synonymous outcomes insofar as like lower levels of depression, beating addiction, lower levels of anxiety, etc.
Okay.
So, I mean, like your same like line of logic here would also justify Islam as being true. And,
But
Goda, thank you for the $5.14 on PayPal.
But once again, bro, and even in this example, it would be to a certain extent. Because I'm not like, for example, like you have even Muslims who might experience that, everything you just said, right? Lower levels of depression, just a better quality of life. There's still, you can look at people and see what, like the difference between them and then Christians. Like,
No, you don't. No, that's not true. Give me a study that would indicate that we see better outcomes on average, significantly so, from Christians compared to Muslims, right? In the context of having a greater purpose to decrease levels of depression, anxiety, etc.
No, I'm talking about like their quality of life and
Yeah, I want you to give me a study that demonstrate that organizing as a Christian yields a greater quality of life compared to being an organized Muslim.
Well, I don't have a specific study for that.
So then obviously you have no evidence to justify what you're saying is true, and it's just speculation.
Well, that's just one of the things I feel like we can look around the world and see the same.
No. We're smart and intellects. We use evidence. We're not doing the whole look around the world and see. We're not like stupid here, right? We're really smart and we use evidence to justify what we believe in as being true.
Well, I don't think in this context for this specific argument that this is something that would make you stupid. It's just the same way if I told you my neighbor existed, I never sent you their social security number, never sent you a picture. It wouldn't make you stupid for not having the evidence that I'm saying that they are alive, they exist, and they live beside me. That wouldn't be stupid.
So once again, the reason that this argument fails is because you're positing the idea that you have a neighbor. I can believe that without you providing me any evidence, because it is incredibly probable that you have a neighbor due to the fact that most people have a neighbor, right? But that's completely different and separate than the claim that Christians have higher yields insofar as happiness in life than Muslims. Like that's not just intrinsically likely to be true. So I mean, you do have to provide evidence for that. Like, you understand that you just tried to give me an argument to instantiate that you could believe things with a trust me, bro.
I understand how it sounds, bro, but I do believe that in this life that there is an aspect of faith that we need to have. Like I just, like, for example, when you go hold on, bro. I just listen to you. Hold on. Like, for example, when you go and sit in your chair you've had enough experiences with that chair over time to where you trust and have faith that it will hold up your weight when you sit down. You don't need to verify each and every time.
No. It's because I have priors, right, with the chair working, and then it's also the case that it's designed and manufactured in accordance with regulations to work when I sit down on it, right? We have good reason to assume that the chair will hold my weight due to the evidence. Once again, you are literally just trying to build a worldview that is contrary that of having evidence for things being true. Justin, what if I told you that I have faith that abortion's not murder?
How would that be?
You have faith every single time you sit down in your chair, man. We could believe things on the basis of faith. You do it all the time, you stupid fuck.
Wait, why are you talking to me like that, bro?
God, because I just have faith that abortion's not murder. I can't believe, right, that you won't just have faith that abortion's not murder. I mean, like, let me give you an example. Justin, I have a neighbor, and I bet you'd believe that's true, even if I didn't give you their name, their birthday, their SSN. Right? See, we could believe things without evidence. You need to have faith.
Dude, but the concept of the two things you just related, which was my example of the chair and then having faith that it'll do what it's supposed to do, versus a moral standpoint, which doesn't require faith in something by your worldview because you don't have faith in,
No, I do. I have faith that abortion is healthcare.
All right, let me. But how is that? That's not the same as having faith in a
belief.
No, because the chair working the way that it's supposed to wouldn't be having faith in a belief. That would just be having faith in reality. So when you're comparing it to what you just compared it to, which would be a moral stance, it's not the same. It doesn't correlate when it comes. You can't believe in a moral stance like the same way you believe in a reality.
No. I believe, right, that there is a really fucking cool lesbian woman, right, that rules over the reality and lives in the clouds. And I have faith that she thinks that abortion is healthcare, okay? And I think that you really need to stop engaging in this heretical nonsense and have some faith, sir.
Well, bro, you're obviously doing that in a sense to be like...
Nashon, thank you for the rock star. But there's no difference. Obviously, I'm being like satirical and I'm just using your own logic against you. I just can't believe in 2024, like we're still having discussions on if you could just believe things without evidence. It's incredible. Jamie, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. Like I actually can't believe it. Like, dude, this is unreal, okay? I have a question. If a Muslim walked up to you and tried to convince you that Islam was true and just told you to have faith that Muhammad was a prophet, what would you respond?
Wait, I'm not saying I'm not. First of all, to that I would say no. I'm not going to do that. And
why not?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. I'm not telling you that the Christianity is based upon blind belief. Like there are. It may not be entirely physical, as in the sense of like being able to go pick up a book from the library and it's like on this day Jesus was born, and then on this day on like 2,000 years ago, just whatever. It may not be clear cut.
So then, what's the evidence?
The power.
Lauren, thank you for the $5 on Venmo.
Well, one, I'd say that there's many different aspects to it. It's the teachings that are in the Bible that go beyond human comprehension, in the sense of like we as like the concepts that go beyond human comprehension.
Like what?
Just the fact that, let's say the moral standpoint is like, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not.
Saying it's wrong to kill goes beyond human comprehension. What?
I'm saying that was. Hold on, bro. I'm saying the aspect of human nature. It goes beyond that. So my bad. Not human comprehension, but human nature. Like
no, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't.
Bro, I'm saying we as people, we can just, once again, this is something where you can look around. You don't need to study. You know that people are selfish. You know that people are evil, bro. It's just people are bad. We can see this every day, each and every day, that there's just things going on in the world that even if you're not a Christian, even if you're not religious, you know is bad. So my thing is like that thing inside of you that knows it's bad, even though you don't have a religious backing, is actually because you were created in the image of God, and his laws and his morals are written on your heart.
So then give me an argument for that.
Well, it would just kind of. I just had to be more specific in the example that I presented. But just like, let's say you yourself, when you see the news and you see that someone's
Yeah,
life.
you're saying that our moral intuitions are written on our heart by the Christian God. Give me
Yeah,
an argument.
100%.
Well, I mean, so that's a claim. Now substantiate it with evidence.
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to do by the example. Because outside of that, because that would be a spiritual thing. The very act of those laws being written on your heart is not like a physical writing. So I have to use like a spiritual piece of evidence to explain this.
So what's this spiritual evidence?
Once again, the feeling that arises in you when you see wrongdoing in the world, at least in this example.
I'm so sorry. Couldn't a Muslim just say the same thing? Like the
yes,
feeling that arises within you, like specifically when you see a bad thing is written on your heart by Allah.
But I'm saying
that certainly like doesn't justify the belief that Christianity is true, right? I mean, I don't see like the difference between your logic and me saying, well, I don't really have like a negative reaction when I hear about a woman getting an abortion. Seemingly, God didn't write it on my heart that abortion's murder.
Well, there's many things to address here, but to address the most recent thing you just said.
Do you see how like this is all just gibberish, Justin? Deconstruct from your faith right now. This is nonsense.
Dog.
It is. No, it is literally nonsense. Like imagine if we were having a debate about like, I don't like, who did you vote for? Did you vote?
Yeah, I voted.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
Yeah, what if I just sat here and told you that you shouldn't have voted for Trump because he raped a woman, and then my evidence was, it's written on your heart. You know that it happens.
Wait,
my evidence is
different, bro.
we could have faith in things.
That's
we
not what I'm saying.
We could just believe. Like, obviously, you're gonna look at me like I'm a fucking freak, dude. No. We need evidence for shit. Like as soon as we're talking about anything else, like all of a sudden you're gonna drill me and be like, "What's the damn evidence? What's the damn evidence?" Like, what is ZX? Like, and then all of a sudden we've gone down like a rabbit hole for like 30 minutes about court documents, justification, standards of reasoning, preponderance of evidence, like all like this actual like real like a communicable like things that we'd use to justify like claims as being true. But then as soon as it's about religion, you're like, it's written on your heart, have faith. Like
no, bro. The context matters. Like, I'm not saying that. Once again, if you're related,
the context doesn't matter. I refute that. I think that regardless of what you're trying to justify as being true, we should always use the same tools. That tool being evidence.
I'm not, bro, but I'm saying when we're getting into the Bible, right, and we're talking about things that are spiritual, the piece of evidence is not going to be the same thing for physical things that need explanations.
But you still agree that we need evidence. So what is the evidence?
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you, but you didn't take it as evidence. You tied it back.
So repeat the evidence for Christianity being true.
Well, we were just talking about the things being on your heart, like God's morals being.
That's not evidence for Christianity being true.
It is a piece of the evidence.
No. A reason why that's not a piece of evidence for Christianity being true is, first of all, there's completely like moral. There's completely like fine, like naturalistic explanations for moral intuitions. I mean, we could posit a hypothesis that they're derived given like a derivative given like evolution. We could posit like a natural negative rights theory of how like negative rights and moral intuitions are born out of nature and strategy. And then even like one step further, even if I were just to accept the blank premise that moral intuitions are guided that by a creator, then still yet we could posit like nearly any creator. I can make up a creator and use our moral intuitions as some evidence to believe that it's true. Right? So do we see here how like no, moral intuitions don't give us reason to believe that your Christianity is correct?
No, bro, I don't agree with that.
So then critique my line of reasoning. Show me how, right, moral intuitions being wrote on your heart can't be explained naturalistically and can't be used as evidence for any other posit of a theist worldview.
You're saying explain how it can't be?
Yeah, explain to me, right, how it can't be explained naturalistically, and explain to me how it's only evidence for Christianity and not any other logically possible theist worldview.
Well, I'd say I'm not making the claim that you have to be a Christian for these things to be on your heart. It's just the fact that the teachings
So then it doesn't justify Christianity as being true.
no, bro, even though the same way, right? Let's say we're for the people that are here.
So it does justify Christianity as being true.
Dude,
So
relax,
explain to me,
you're not-
right, how your argument couldn't justify any other logically possible, like non-secular worldview.
Well, we're talking about one specific aspect. There are other aspects as far as evidence. Let's say you can get into the history of how like Jesus was a real person, actually existed, and there were eyewitness accounts and testimonies that he did the things that.
Really? What eyewitness account?
What eyewitness account?
Yeah. The gospel?
That would be one of them, the biggest one. The many.
Okay, so the accuracy of the gospel is self-evident. You're saying the gospel justifies the gospel.
As far as one aspect of what's wrong with that, like that's one portion.
You don't see like the issue with circular logic?
I'm saying that's one portion. I'm not saying that's
It's no portion. Could a Muslim say that the Quran justifies the Quran? When the Quran says that Muhammad's a prophet, that justifies the Quran saying that Muhammad's a prophet?
We were talking about the witnessing aspect of it. I'm not like
We don't have any evidence of first-person witnesses of Jesus or his life.
do you understand that the Bible were books comprised of people that spent time, at least the New Testament, of people that spent time with Jesus and then documented that and then
That is nothing more than a very ahistorical claim with no evidence. Do you know when the Gospels were first written, the earliest manuscripts that we have of the Gospels? No. About 75 years after Jesus died. I forget what it's called. It's been long since I've debated like the historicity of Christianity, but it's like less than a credit card size of Matthew. Right, and then plus we don't even know who wrote the Gospels. We have no goddamn clue. We have no clue who wrote the
Gospels. You're telling me Paul didn't write a majority of the books in the New Testament? Then you're
I'm saying that claim has literally no historical evidence.
Dude,
There's zero. You could sit here all day and try to find anything for me. There's none. Annie, thank you for the $30 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Annie. Everybody show some love to Annie down below in the chat. Thank you so much.
All right, bro. So let's just shift it back to abortion because we can spend all day here, and it's just obviously from my stance on these things, bro. If I'm already believing that the devil is let's say one of the most influential, if not the most influential individual on this earth or to the earth, it wouldn't be that far-fetched at all to believe that these things that you're looking for naturally when we operate in this natural realm would be either
I just like, dude, if you were like living in my eudaimonic society, everybody would be looking at you like you're fucking crazy right now. Just saying. I'm so sorry, man. Right? The idea of like believing in something with no evidence and then using that as a very real way to infringe upon the rights and behaviors of others, right? It's insanity to me.
Bro, but if you look at the teachings that are in there, it's not insanity. For example,
it is insanity to sit here and tell me that you have no evidence, right, for your religion being true. You just want it to be true because you don't want to die.
Okay, no,
and then you're going to use these beliefs to infringe upon the rights of women, telling them that they can't access healthcare.
Well, I want to just provide a more specific example because.
Do you think that abortion should be illegal because of your religion?
No, because we operate here in the natural world where there's free will.
So there shouldn't be any criminal justice system?
There should be a criminal justice system.
No, but you're infringing upon free will.
No, it's not. It's not free will. It doesn't. It's not with the absence of consequence.
Okay, so then should abortion be illegal?
To a certain extent, I'd say for majority of them, yes, but I'd say with exceptions. So
elective abortion should be illegal.
What does that mean?
Chat, could we just like end this conversation? Would you guys be okay if I just kicked the dumbass? Like, I can't put myself through this shit. Bro, dude, it's terrible.
What's wrong with what I just asked you?
Because you're sitting here telling me that we should write legislation on faith-based beliefs. Justin, if I just have faith that you're worthless, should I just like write any human rights for you out of law?
Dog, but that's not anything close to what the Bible teaches.
Let's pass a bill through Congress taking all rights away from Justin because I just have faith that you're just not morally valuable.
Dog, that's not even relatable to anything that I'm saying, bro.
It's totally, because you just have faith that fetuses are morally valuable.
But you're bringing up hypothetical extreme situations where they don't align with the Bible's teaching.
No, remember, you have faith that the Bible's teachings are accurate. I have faith that every word that comes out of my mouth is accurate. You believe in the teachings of Jesus. I believe in the teachings of Dean.
Bro, but it's not the same. Like, it's not. How is it the same?
Yeah, because you're just saying that words written down on paper by man are true with no evidence. I'm just going to say that words spoken by a man are true with no evidence. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying, bro, but when you have to look at what's coming out of that man's mouth. Like, you have to look at what it is they are saying. That is what gives you the ability to believe, like, okay, this person, like that. You can even, when you read the Bible, that's the reason.
So if God said some really like fucked up shit, you wouldn't be a Christian?
Like, are we still talking about Jesus, God the Father? Just like,
it's all one God. So if God said some pretty horrendous shit, you wouldn't have faith that Christianity is true.
He wouldn't do that. That's not in his character, bro.
He said that slavery was okay in Leviticus 25, and he said that genocide and ethnic cleansing were okay in 1 Samuel 15:3.
When that was happening, those people that were affected by those stances of God were not of his people. So at that point in time, before New Testament, Jesus had his people, the Jews. So anyone that was not a part of his people was not considered like a person, a human being to him.
So God made people just to like torture them on earth with slavery and genocide.
Well, no, because when Adam and Eve were before they sinned, obviously none of these things would have even happened. So then when you come in with people doing whatever it is that they want to do in their life and being consistent.
Who was enslaved that wasn't of God's people?
Well, the Jewish people were slaves at a point in time.
That's not what I asked you. Who did the Israelites enslave that weren't of God's people that somehow made it permissible?
Sometimes prisoners of war, like just whenever they went to other nations.
It was non-Israelites. It was Canaanites and Egyptians. They enslaved them, and God said that they could in Leviticus 25.
Okay, that doesn't take away anything about what I just said about those not being Jesus' select group of people.
So what's like the relevant distinction between believing that you and other people just like you, your Israeli brothers and sisters, right, have special moral value that non-Israelis don't have, meaning that you could enslave them, and like white people making the same argument for the enslavement of black people?
Well, now entering into the New Testament, bro, which is one of the most beautiful things about the Bible, is that
So I just want to make sure prejudice was only okay 2,000 years ago.
Once again, bro, like I said earlier, context matters. So I would like to finish what I was about to say.
I don't think it does. Are you going to sit here and tell me that sometimes it's okay to systemically devalue a group of people based upon a phenotypical trait of theirs and enslave them? Like, that's insane.
It wasn't the natural aspect of those people, because obviously it wasn't like a skin color. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was where they're from. It was their nationality, which is even more arbitrary.
But bro, that was more so a spiritual thing because they weren't of God. Like that was the foundational point. Like, it's not because
that's so fucking stupid. Do you hear what's coming out of your mouth right now? Whoa, yes, you're just giving me your justification why you believe it's okay to enslave and kill them.
Dog.
Like that's it, dude. This is like the same argument that the white supremacists made about black people.
You didn't even let me finish what I was saying, bro. When we come
No. Do you sit here and see how insane you sound? Do you actually like do you understand how like crazy it is for you to say, oh, well, the people that they were ethnically cleansing and slaughtering and enslaving for thousands of years, like it didn't matter. In fact, it was like totally fine because they just weren't God's chosen ones.
Okay, I believe that we're not in any position to question God's morality in that sense, like, or in any sense. There's another scripture that says the potter, like if there's a potter and the clay, his creation, can't say, why did you make me this way? Or why did you create me with this purpose and these intentions that you had when you created me? I believe that.
How convenient. How convenient. So if God told you to grape a baby, you'd do it because you're not in a position to question his moral authority?
That is not in his character.
Heyo, thank you so much for the VR goggles. So you're questioning his character.
No, I'm not questioning. I'm not questioning anything.
Right now you're sitting here and you're positing the idea that if God told you to grape a baby, you want to do it because it's not in his character. You're questioning his moral standards.
That in itself is the answer. It's not in his character.
Thank you for the answers.
Never.
So it's in his character to tell you to slaughter babies, but not to grape them.
Once again, bro, the difference there is that they were not of God. And
so if God told you to grape and slaughter a baby and told you that they weren't of God, would you do it?
Dog, the aspect of graping has nothing to do with purging a land so that it can become that of his chosen people. Doing that extra action.
Okay, so what if he just told you to genocide them and kill them? Would you do it?
That would never happen in the New Testament. We're in different times.
So you're questioning God. Who are you to say that God would never command you to kill an infant?
The teachings speak to what I'm saying right now. There's nothing
unbelievable. So if you were alive 2,000 years ago before the New Testament and God told you to kill a baby, would you do it?
And if I was a Jewish individual and I was instructed by Moses or any other person that was my leader,
no. God came to you in a dream and told you to unalive your children. Would you do
that's
it?
That's not how it worked. God didn't come. God always.
He literally went directly to Samuel. Yes, it is how it works in accordance with the teachings. So if God came directly to you and started speaking to you and told you to like slaughter your neighbor's baby because they were like a dirty Amalekite, would you do it?
Dog, he works there's an elect person. So if I was the elect person and he gave me that rule and regulation in the Old Testament, then yes, I would go enact it. But he would never say anything about grape.
So you'd kill a baby if God told you to.
Dog, it's not. He never just instructed people to like, I'm feeling vengeful today. Let me go tell my man of God to go take the life of a baby somewhere.
No, he literally did. 1 Samuel 15:3. Slaughter their infants.
That was a byproduct of the slaughtering of the men and women that was already taking place. He didn't just say go take the lives of their children.
No, he did. He just told them to go kill the Amalekites.
Yes, the people as a whole. It wasn't just a direct order only to their kids.
Yeah, it was a men, women, and babies, which makes it worse. Thanks.
All right. My whole point is he was wiping out the people because they weren't of him. He's not just giving direct orders to them.
Yeah. So if he told you to kill a baby and like enslave your neighbor, would you do it?
Dog, if I was in the Old Testament and we were in warring nations.
I just want a yes or no.
Yes, in the Old Testament, bro. If we were at war with other people, bro.
Jesus Christ. Man.
Do you understand that they were at war? It's not like everyone was peaceful and then God was like, go take
Wait,
their
can
life.
I mention a famous Bible story that does not involve war? Like, so what about God telling Abraham to sacrifice his son Isaac?
That's a beautiful question, bro. The fact was from
beautiful question, Jesus.
Yes, like I don't know what's wrong with me saying that. The whole act of him doing that was one, as we can see by the end of that story, it never happened because it was never God's intention to actually have him do it. He was testing his faith. That's why.
Okay, well, one, we don't even have to talk about the morality of testing someone's faith by making them kill their only child. So that's not a good reflection of a morality because if God asked me to kill my child, my only answer and the only acceptable answer is "fuck off, God! How dare you ask me that?" That's the only acceptable answer because, and by the way, you clearly are not steeped in like biblical scholarship because there's a growing consensus now that the story of Isaac not killing or of Abraham not killing Isaac is a later thing where actually in the original story, Isaac is killed. And that's a growing consensus that the original story has that because there's some textual clues that allow you to be able to see that. So, for example, towards the end of the story,
relax.
I have a stutter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So Abraham leads Isaac down by himself. That's one clue. But again, that doesn't really matter. The point is about the morality of it, about God asking someone to kill their son as a test of faith, as if God doesn't already know what the outcome is not. So it's bad morality all around.
Okay, that is not in any way what happened in the story. Even if okay, let's use your false.
Justin, what was his claim? Love you. Thank you for the dollar.
Wait, you're talking about rocking, like what he just was saying?
Yeah. What was my claim? My claim was about the bad morality of it. I'm saying to the very question of God asking Abraham to sacrifice Isaac is bad morality, because no loving God would challenge someone as a test of faith to sacrifice their only child in order to prove something, especially when this God knows what the outcome will already be. God is all-knowing. He knows what the outcome is going to be, and so he doesn't need to test them in this way.
Yeah, it just created unnecessary hardship.
But you made there's two things I want to address. You said in the middle of everything that you were saying that there's a consensus coming out that's saying that Isaac did actually lose his life, which is entirely false, because the rest of the teachings, the historical pieces that lead and proceed in the Bible, which gets to the points where we read in Leviticus about the Jewish people going and enslaving other groups and nations, that would have been impossible if Isaac lost his life, because he was the one that was supposed to birth, or like from his generation.
You're assuming that Isaac was a real person. You're assuming that the stories. No, you're assuming that, right? Oh, you're assuming that they were written at a later time in a continuance of the story, when that's not the case. See, this is the whole problem. You're assuming a universality of the text when biblical scholars don't assume that. They look at each text separately and they assess the textual, historical nature of it, and they don't assume that just because the text says that Isaac is the progenitor of these people, that is true. You're assuming that is true because you have a faith-based claim. I have an evidence-based claim. And once again, you can go and look on any recent academic paper on this famous episode, and the growing consensus is that the original story, that is how it was originally told before being put to papyrus, was that Isaac was sacrificed. And now that's not a clear consensus, but it's a growing consensus.
Okay, so
and you might deny that on a faith-based thing, but that's what the evidence is pointing to.
Okay,
you may not like it, but that's what it is.
Where is the evidence that came for the things that are backing up your claim right now versus mine? And hold on, I'm still continuing. If everything that you just said would destroy both of our claims, because you're talking about a growing consensus here in 2024 that is reflexive of something that happened way back in time. Where is this information? Where are the sources?
Coming from the text itself. You can read within the story of Abraham and Isaac, and you can glean stories about discontinuities, about, for example, as I mentioned, at the end of the story, Abraham comes down from the mountain by himself, not with Isaac. But then following that, then it talks about, plus Isaac was there too, right? When you read it as a person that is trained to read the story in a textual way, it is clear as day that Isaac was likely sacrificed, and that somebody covered up because later on, yes, look, you can disagree with me, right? But
do you not see how we're coming from the same coin, but on two different sides?
No, because I have evidence on my side. I can give you an author who recently published a book on this very topic. Do you want me to give you that name so you can go and read the actual lines of evidence?
First of all, yes, you can give me that name. But this individual, this author, is reflexive and equal and parallel to the author and people in the Bible that wrote their scriptures and firsthand accounts. That'd be the same thing.
No, because you're assuming universality. I'm sorry, but this is what you guys always do. You're assuming continuity where no continuity does exist.
Dog.
This is the problem.
So you're telling me there's an absence of continuity in the story of Abraham?
No,
That's
I'm
totally
saying
Bible.
you are assuming it. We do not assume it. We look at everything in its own context by itself. We don't assume based on a faith-based claim that each story must assume the same voice. For example, you're assuming that because Genesis says this, therefore Exodus has to say the same thing, and then go with Numbers, and then goes with and down the line. When we don't assume that claim.
It's a historical book that the teaching.
It is not okay. It's not historical. The first 5 books are not historical.
It's not a historical book.
Yeah, the first 5 books are not historical at all.
Are not historical.
So you know about like the 70-year migration of the Jewish individuals from Egypt back to the quote unquote promised land?
Yeah.
Why is there no evidence of a single soul in those deserts anywhere? In the Bible, there's described hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that were migrating across those deserts over 70 years. How come there's not a single shred of anyone ever living, migrating, or being in the deserts?
The same way that in the Bible it says that the devil is the prince of the world. He is the ruler of this world. So all he has to do is do this, get a person to write a document and say, oh yeah, this never happened. And then everyone's like, yeah, I trust that.
Can you answer my question?
I trust that guy. That didn't happen.
Can you answer my question?
My answer to your question is that the devil is the prince of the world. Therefore, he would control the news and media.
You think that the devil went into the deserts in between Egypt and Israel and just took out all the remnants or evidence of people, millions of people living there for 7 years?
I don't have any reason to believe that something like that couldn't happen when the whole purpose is to make sure that people don't get a connection to God.
Yeah, you can leave that, man.
Dean, what he's doing is he's giving you an unfalsifiable claim. He's saying, oh, you want my evidence? Well, I'm going to provide you an unfalsifiable claim because we can't disprove whether or not Satan did this or not. Therefore, he can never be wrong.
Yeah.
He can never be wrong.
Yeah, this is just like gibberish. You could leave now, Justin.
Bro, I don't think it's gibberish, man. I don't.
No, guys, it absolutely is. We're here to debate with intellects, not here to like listen to babies like whine and cry. We're here to have like historical conversation. For sure, because we're debating the historicity of like millions of people living in a desert for 70 years. My question is, why is there not a single shred of evidence of anyone ever living in this desert, more or less millions of peoples for almost 100 years? And then your claim, well, the devil took all the evidence away. Like, dude, you sound crazy. You could leave.
Dude, all I'm saying, man, is that
No, I don't care. You could leave. I don't give a shit. Bye.
Yeah.
Well, like seriously.
So can then I at least
that's not how you have debates.
Then?
No, dude, you can seriously leave.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Like, dude, it's just like, fuck, dude. We're here for debates, man. Like, we're here for like intelligent conversations.
There's nothing wrong with that. We can go back to abortion.
No,
immoral.
Justin, don't you understand that when you make an unfalsifiable claim, we can't debate that? Like, how can Dean debate whether or not Satan took away the evidence? That's an unfalsifiable claim that we can't debate with.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
so
wait. Hey, Justin. Yeah. You're a murderer.
Why are you saying that?
Because you murdered your mom.
I've murdered my mom?
Yeah. So you should go to jail for that.
How did I murder my mom?
You took an knife.
There's no
and
evidence because Satan took it away.
Yeah, and as soon as you start asking me for evidence, Satan took it all away.
The thing that would be a stark contradiction to that is the fact that I can go upstairs and put the camera on my mother.
That must have been the work of Satan.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion by
Thank you
Satan.
so much for the subscription. Yeah,
That's an illusion by me putting my physical mother on the camera will be an illusion by Satan.
It is.
Yeah.
I know. Obviously,
the-
Satan incarnated in the flesh as your quote unquote mother. I mean, just to like help you like give evidence towards the hypothesis that you didn't stab her to death.
Well, that would be something that's not even accredited or supported by the Bible. That would just be
So where is it accredited or supported by the Bible that the devil went into the deserts between Egypt and Israel and took out 70 years worth of millions of peoples of artifacts?
Well, once again, him being the prince of the world and him being in control of the masses and the majority.
Yeah, sir. Satan's the prince of the world and control the masses. He incarnated as a lookalike of your mom.
How that doesn't even correlate with any principle in the Bible. I'm using
So what principle of the Bible does it correlate with that he went into the deserts and took out all remnants of people living there for 70 years?
him being okay. Think about it this way. Let's say whichever people in the world that was able to, let's say this did happen, right? Whatever people were able to do it, the enemy being the prince or controller or leader of these.
Do you have any evidence that people went in there and took out evidence? No.
Outside of the fact that he's just obviously trying to make this life be one where people don't believe that Jesus exists and that he doesn't exist. No, it would just be the concept that he'll go to any.
Oh, you know what? J Mike's up here now, dude. Oh man, I was honestly gonna end these religious conversations, but fuck, we got J Mike in here now,
Dog,
guys. Don't worry, we're gonna kick him here soon. J Mike, you got any like fun little arguments to add on here before we move on to our next guest?
Yeah, I got something quick because I wanted to like one up him on this. I actually believe in this thing called a Cartesian demon, Justin, and he created you 5 seconds ago with all of your memories of your entire life, even this debate. He created it 5 seconds ago, okay? And every time that you ask me for that you give me evidence contrary, you go, well, look, like I know that I had a 12th birthday because like I have this memory of this time gap. That's just going to be compatible with a successful deception. Anything is compatible with a successful deception. Do you understand their point on how you're basically like heads I win, tails you lose kind of move there?
Yes, bro. Trust me. I understand exactly what each and every one of you are saying.
Well, show me how it's false. Show me how it's false that you actually had a 12th. Show me how you actually had a 12th birthday, and it wasn't the case that a Cartesian demon created you 5 seconds ago with just that memory.
Well, the fact that we have been all speaking, there's thousands of people in this live that are eyewitnesses to me speaking over 10 seconds ago, now 15, now 20. Like that.
But that's just compatible with the memory that you that's just compatible with a successful deception. Like what if there was like someone that had deceived you successfully and you looked towards the evidence and you said, that's the breaker, right? That's the symmetry breaker right there. They're going to go, great, we got him. The deceiver's going to be like, we got him. He looked at the evidence and he's convinced that he's not being deceived. That's exactly what I wanted. Successful deception. When you make this move that it's just like Satan at any, like there's no evidence there, they claim that there's this paper, but that's written by Satan or whatever your move was there. But the evidence is fabricated.
His claim was that the reason that there's no evidence of like a massive migration of the Jewish individuals from Egypt to Israel, and like the millions of them that walked through the deserts for 70 years, is that Satan literally went down and took all remnants of them out.
Well, no, I'd say
that's the same move I'm making with a Cartesian demon about anything that you give me. Like we couldn't even have any progress towards truth because for any time I'm just going to go no, and that's like ostensibly what your response is. It's just no, and it's like frustrating for Dean, right? And it's Matthew, right? I can't remember if this is Matthew or not.
So look, bro. The thing when it comes to this, that is one of the possibilities. I didn't say that was the all in all just the conclusive fact about what happened in that story that we can read from the Bible. Another thing that can be also true is that it did happen, and then the story, the consensus that was put out is that it never happened. Just a deception, just putting out a lie.
But if the evidence, one thing is you haven't even looked at it, and one thing that's frustrating for Matthew is that he engages with the scholarship and the literature, and it's not a shame. Like no one would shame you if you're like, hey, I just haven't engaged or navigated through that yet. What's shameful is that you have this like arrogance that your hypothesis is correct over theirs, which they can actually provide you the evidence, and you didn't show that you were even interested, right? Don't you see how like?
Well, I did. I said he could send me that.
Just this guy doesn't actually care about truth. He cares about having some position.
No, that's not true. He said he can give me the author, and I said, yeah, that's cool. Send it to me. I said that.
We're talking about your argument insofar as why there's no remnants of millions of people.
No, okay, I understand that.
You're just going to say this was made by Satan, right?
But now you're making a different point. You literally just finished saying that I was being basically.
This is the point that we've been talking about for like 20 minutes, man.
No, that's fine, Dean. You have been talking about that, but he just made the point that I was basically, in other words, paraphrasing, being insensitive to his time spent studying because he tried. You
are to both of ours.
No, he said that he was trying to give me the source, and I said basically I don't want it, but I'm just verifying and correcting, fact checking that that's not true.
Regardless whether or not you wanted my source, that's not really the main point. The point
Yeah, that's
was
not the main point, but he made
you
a claim. I'm just
called
addressing
my contention that there's a growing consensus that Abraham did sacrifice Isaac. You called that contention entirely silly when you admitted that you have no idea about the scholarship on the issue. Like you flat out rejected it just on its factual basis without hearing any of the evidence, without hearing any of the authors that I was going to bring up. That's the issue, right? Is that I'm engaging in scholarship. I'm not engaging in faith-based reasoning. I'm not engaging in my own, biases, because I'm going with what the scholarship says, and all I was putting forward was a position that is growing within the scholarship community, and you flat out denied it. It never happened. It's not a thing. Like that's the issue, because how can we have a conversation when you just fundamentally reject anything that I say that is based on scholarship?
You asked me if I was willing to get the information from you by you sending me.
Bro, Justin, you're not going to tell him that he's wrong. We all watched it happen. You were like, no, that's bullshit.
I'm not saying that I didn't not agree with it. I'm saying that in the aspect.
I appreciate you guys for coming up. We're gonna.
I think I understand.
Obviously, he's just like some fucking 12-year-old that just wants his religion to be true, and he doesn't care about anything from anyone. So we're gonna go.
Yeah, it was crazy. Well, thanks for having me up, Dan. I appreciate you.
Yeah, the audience was checked out on that for sure. Thanks, Dean. And,
I appreciate you for coming
choice because fuck everybody else. Sorry.
Hell yeah, Mike. Have a good one. Peace out, J Mike. Lindsay, thank you for the $5 donation on Venmo. I really appreciate you for the love. All right, and we also changed our background. Sorry for letting that run on. I honestly, it's just like a weird. It's something weird that I personally really enjoy. It's just like watching people like that just kind of get reduced to like nothing. When they have like no leg to stand on. But we have another Christian up in the live. But as you guys will recognize, we changed the topic. And now you're going to see a very fun argument. Okay, this one will be fun. Hey, what's going on, man? So do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
I was going to ask you that question. I wanted to know your opinion.
No, I think that access to abortion should be federally protected.
I'm trying to get educated a little bit. I have a question, though.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
2006.
Wait, you're a Christian. It says that you're 17 in your bio. You just lied.
No, I turned 18 a little bit ago. I forgot to change it.
You're 17.
September 14th, 2006.
You're lying. And also, if your birthday was September 14th, 2006, you would have turned 18, but you're obviously lying. Anyways, in accordance with the Christian faith, all sins are equally bad. So you basically just got an abortion, okay? Hello, Stanley. Do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
First of all, hello. I've been trying to get on this live for a while now. Anyways, so I'm not actually American, nor am I a Christian, but I think that abortion should be allowed in certain cases because my religion said so. Because in Islam, it's actually permissible to have an abortion if the woman is in danger, or, for example, SA cases, rape cases. It is actually permissible for a woman to get an abortion under Islamic law. So that is, I think it's an opinion that's never been shared on this debate about abortion.
Let me ask you a question. Let's define like the pro-life movement. You still think that elective lethal abortion should be made illegal, right?
No, I don't think it should be made illegal. I think there's a lot of women who deserve to get a shot at abortion because not every single case is like, listen, the argument that Christians always bring up is that it shouldn't be permissible under any circumstances. The difference in Islam is that if, for example, you get raped or you get essayed, you should have the right, or you're sick, for example, there's a danger on the women, you should be able to have an abortion.
All right, well,
I want to know what you think, though. I want to know what you think about this.
Well, I think that having exceptions are good, but I think that like all women, even if they weren't a victim of rape, even if their life isn't on the line, should still have access to abortion.
Yeah, I live in Algeria, and like we do have access to abortion, like in the hospitals and that. It's a Muslim country, though.
Yes.
That shows like the differences between cultures and a lot of people would not believe the fact that Islam, out of all religions, actually like allows people to get abortions under circumstances. I know you don't agree with you want like pro-choice, like you want women to have the full we can, I mean, it's debatable. I wouldn't like close my head and my mind upon that idea, because in my religion it's a bit flexible. But yeah, and also the story of Isaac, though, in Islam.
I'm going to move on to my next guest because I just do want to talk to people that do think that abortion should be left up to the state. But Stanley, I do appreciate you for coming up and sharing your perspective. You know, we all learned something. So thank you so much, man. And hopefully that wasn't, you know, like disrespectful to kick you out. We're gonna go to move on to our next guest. I'm thinking that we'll probably do a little bit of a restart on the stream. Honestly, we're just kind of like sitting here, fucking around, doing whatever. Not really taking the stream today too seriously. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. I checked my following percentage. We're at like 80% right now. What's up? Hey, do you think that access to abortion? Do you think that abortion should be left up to the state, Maeve?
I think you guys can do anything to him.
All right, they're not here. We're gonna move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute, y'all. If you are in the queue, make sure that you do think that abortion should be left up to the state, y'all. Everybody, just do give us a minute. Excuse me. All right. Hey, we're going to move on to our next guest. Let's go and see what Josh has to say. If Josh doesn't load in, we will probably end up restarting the live. Talk to some crazy Trumpers for the last 2 hours of the stream or whatever the hell. I don't really know what's going on today. It looks like the streams aren't really doing that well. So what we'll probably do is just have more of a focus on, like videos and posts and whatnot. Hey, what's up, AKQ? Do you think that abortion should be left up to the state?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, man. Victoria, thank you for the subscription. Do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Do you think that
Hey, what's
abortion
up?
should be left up to the states? Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. Hello?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. You do think that. Okay, now you got it. What the fuck is going on with that guy? All right, we're going to move on to our next guest. I apologize that it's taken a while to get another conversation going, y'all. We're honestly just going to start spam accepting people up. Make sure if you are in the queue that you do think that access to abortion should be left up to the states. What is up, Britt and Shaw? Do you guys think that abortion should be left up to the states?
Yes.
Yes, you do. And how old are you?
18.
18. What year were you born in?
2006.
2006. So why do you think abortion should be left up to the states, Joe?
Well, I think every state just should make it illegal.
So you don't think it should be left up to the states? You think it should be like made federally illegal?
I mean, yes, all states, but they all should decide that it's illegal.
Okay. What time is it?
2:37.
Okay. So it should be left up to the states, and they should all decide it's illegal.
Yeah.
So okay. Why do you think that access to abortion should be left up to the states?
Because, well, if you murder someone, I think there should be no possibility for it to be accepted, right?
Okay, well, I mean, like, first, we'll obviously have contentions insofar as if abortion is murder or not. But secondly, you're saying that abortion is murder and abortion should be left up to the states. So you think that murder should be left up to the states?
Yes, but they all should decide that it's illegal.
So then why wouldn't you just say that it should be federally criminalized?
Because I think, like, every state should have, like, a possibility to decide on their own.
Okay, should
still
states be able to
these
decide on
topics,
slavery?
They should. Yes, but it should be illegal also.
What the fuck? So you think that the Confederacy should have won the Civil War?
No, because they wanted it to be legal, right?
But they wanted it to be up to the state.
Yeah, but if one state decided that slavery should be legal, should they they were able to do that with the Confederates, but now if we do my plan, it's illegal in every state, but it's left up to them.
Okay, I just don't think that you really know how government works, so we're just gonna kick you and move on. I don't even really want to unpack that and figure out whatever the hell he was saying. We're just gonna move on.
What would you call what's happening in Gaza?
What would I call what's going on in Gaza? Me? Jay,
Why are you
hello.
so late? You're so late.
Are you asking me
Blah.
that, or are you asking me that question, or someone else?
What part of Israel you guys are?
Okay, I don't know if Jay's Jay. Hi, are you there?
Oh, that's where all the gay people are at, right?
I don't wait. I actually don't think that Jay's talking to me.
Yeah, that's what I just yeah. So it actually is a genocide, though. Israel has killed 60,000 children.
I think he was like having like Omegle debates. I don't know. We're just gonna kick him and move on. I have no clue what's going on. Hey, Joshua, do you think that access to abortion should be left up to the states?
Nah. Yo, honestly, I just want to say fuck Donald Trump, bruh. Fuck that guy. He's a rapist.
Really?
Yes. That's it. That's it, bro. Fuck
Joshua.
that guy. He's a fucking...
Good for you. Base. W Joshua. Super based. Okay. All right. Awesome. Hey, what's going on, Sarah? Do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
Hey, Dean, I just want to say your debates, you're incredibly talented, incredibly intelligent, you're well-spoken. I enjoy watching you. Here's the thing that people don't understand about state versus federal. We can say, oh, yeah, individualism of each state. Of course, that would be a great idea. And a lot of people are saying, like, oh, yeah, just leave it up to the states. But the problem is that when you start flooding every branch with fascism, it's hard to make laws legal in your state. So the problem is, if most of the power lies in these major branches, it won't matter what the states do. So yes, ideally, if you're like, yes, of course, Pennsylvania, Jersey, some of the southern states are probably going to be some of the first to ban abortion if they have not already. So there is a lot of callous intent that people don't understand with how these branches work and these systems work. So I of course agree with, laws being left to the states, but when you have an overall fascist regime, it does not work like that. There is an imbalance of power at that point, and power is being abused.
Well, thank you for coming up, Sarah. I appreciate you for the love. You guys, just keep in mind, I'm just looking for debates, man. I really just want to debate people that think it should be left up to the states. But I do appreciate you for the love, Sarah. Appreciate you for coming up here and sharing your thoughts. We're gonna go and move on to our next guest, and then we'll probably hit a restart and figure something out. I'm a little bit low energy today. I think it's because I only had one shot of espresso in my caramel macchiato instead of two. What's up, Liz? Do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
Hi, Dean. Justin, if you're here, I just wanted to say your voice is a trifle. Okay, that's it. I'm so sorry, Dean. You can keep me.
I don't know what those words meant. We're going to go to move on to our next guest. Everybody do just kind of give us a moment. I have no clue what she was saying. I literally don't know. Hey, what's up? Do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
What's up? Well, I was in queue for the murder one, but I'm more of a radical on the state's argument. I think it should be left up to every individual and their doctor. That's what I think.
All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the live and restart with a different topic because seemingly no one really wants to debate on this. We'll try one more person. We'll try one more person. This is just annoying as fuck. I love you guys though. It's a whole lot of fun.
Hi, Dean.
What's going on? Do you think that abortion should be left up to the states?
I'm a survivor of childhood sexual assault. I'm sorry, can I say something quick?
You can say something, but I don't want you to make... No, I'm so sorry. I can't. Sorry, I can't. Sorry, Allie. I would have been fine with you speaking, but I don't want to cause you to have an emotional breakdown. I apologize, Allie. I do apologize. I don't want to make your condition worse, insofar as your current mental state. But I do appreciate you for coming up. All right. Hey, Ava, okay, Ava just left. All right, moving on to Tony. Everybody just give us a minute. Hey, what's going on? Did you vote for... not did you vote for Trump. Do you think that access to abortion should be left up to the states? Okay, and they automatically left. Zach, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate you for the love. Hey, what's going on? Do you think that access to abortion should be left up to the states?
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm a huge fan. It's my birthday. Can I please get a birthday shout out from you? I'm so sorry. I've been in here forever waiting.
Hey, happy birthday. I hope,
Oh my
I hope
God.
that you have a good birthday, Ivy. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ivy. Hey, and Senorita Awesome, I appreciate you for the $5 on Venmo. That's very kind of you. All right, this is a little bit, like, insane. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and restart the live. I'll be right back, yeah, everyone. I don't even know what topic I'm going to do. But just, like, keep it in mind, guys. I host these lives to have debates. And when you're not here to debate and you join the queue, I mean, it leads to what just happened, which is, like, seriously, like, 40 minutes without a discussion. Because everyone is here just to talk instead of debate. But I'll be right back. But let's just go ahead and start loading guests up, everybody. Do give us a minute. We have everybody loading up in. What is going on, Melly? How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
You're 20. What's up, Mestes? How old are you?
I am 19.
You're 19. All right, we're just going to start with Melly. Melly, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir.
You did vote for Trump. So why did you vote for Trump?
Lower gas prices. And I feel like the border was the most protected when Trump was.
All right, well, let's start with the first point, lower gas prices. So, sir, let me just ask you a very important questions. How is Donald J. Trump, the rapist felon, going to lower our gas prices?
No, it was just the lowest when he was president. Lower than how.
So
it
how
was
did
with,
Biden and Harris make gas prices higher?
Not gonna lie, I don't know, but it was just higher.
Well, I didn't. See, this gives you absolutely no reason to vote for Donald Trump, and this absolutely doesn't refute my claim that Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Because you're just saying that gas prices were lower under him. Okay, but what does this tell me about his plan or his policy or what he's going to do for a country given another 4 years compared to if Kamala Harris was elected?
Honestly, it's gonna make America great again.
How? How? By like getting rid of the Department of Education, making sure that kids in Alabama are significantly underfunded for their education compared to kids in California, or like threatening to terminate the Constitution again, or like trying to coup the country and rig the outcome of another election. That's certainly not a way to make America great.
Dean, he's just better, Dean. He's
I
just
know,
better.
I mean, but see, that's his cope. I need reason.
And that's why he's better.
Yeah, Melly. What's 2 squared?
What?
What is 2 squared?
What'd you say? 4?
What's 4 squared?
And go ask 7 continents. Yup, I'll do it.
Okay.
You do this every time to people.
We're just gonna move on. I feel bad from there. What's up, Sean? Hey, did you vote for Trump, man?
Yeah, I did.
You did vote for Trump. Okay, all right. So why did you vote for Trump? Trump is pretty terrible, man.
I voted for him due to his no taxes on overtime.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing, though. I don't actually believe that he's going to implement that because he has announced no plan for where that money's going to come from. He's like literally announced over $7 trillion of tax cuts for the next 10 years without a plan how to pay for them. So I really just think he's pandering to people with a plan that he's never going to implement.
See, I'm not for sure where the money's going to come from, but all I know is that I work, 148 hours every 2 weeks. And if I can get that tax cut, it'd be a hell of a lot more money to come back towards me.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just don't think he's going to implement it because he doesn't have a plan to pay for it. And obviously, you can't tell me he's planning to pay for it either. So, seemingly, we have no reason to believe that this will actually occur. Very similar to a lot of policy in his first term, such as the border wall or the infrastructure bill. And yeah, seemingly, this doesn't give you any reason to vote for him. I would love to ask you a question. Would you ever vote for someone that's been held civilly liable for violent sexual abuse or rape of a woman?
Probably not.
Yeah, well, I mean, you should have learned about the court case that determined Trump was a rapist before November 5th. Am I right?
I mean, yeah, but my big thing is I live out in West Texas. Everything's oil field. Whenever Kamala Harris and Biden came into office and they shut down the Kodiak pipeline.
They didn't shut down the Kodiak pipeline.
They shut down so much fucking oil stuff out here that my
No, they
pay
didn't.
got
Natural
cut.
supply and demand did. There was just there was not a larger demand for oil, and a lot of oil companies shut down refineries and drilling rigs because of that. And in fact, Biden and Harris were actually the best administration we've had in U.S. history for domestic drilling of oil. Right now, we're producing more oil than we ever have been, including under Trump's admin, because they've approved more drilling permits on federal land. We're literally more energy independent now than we ever were under Trump, making more oil here and being less reliant on imports from other countries.
I don't know. All I can tell you is from
Damn,
my
they got it,
standpoint, coming from the oil industry and stuff, that we had more jobs and opportunities whenever we had Trump in office than whenever Biden first came in.
So, I mean,
As
so did you
came
know, like,
in-
the jobs and oil-related fields have actually been on a steady decline since the 80s because of, like, more efficient processes such as fracking? It just, like, decreases the need for jobs in the field. Like, I mean, you could go on EIA and look at, like, the chart of, like, jobs in oil since, like, the 70s or 80s. Steady decline because the processes are getting significantly more efficient. Right? But
Yeah,
we're, like, we have less jobs with a higher level of production, and that's been a trend since the 80s, man.
Yeah, but out here we're constantly hiring. Like, there's oil field jobs right now that are there's people getting let go of their oil field jobs right now due to weather and stuff like that. Come wintertime, everyone lets people go. But I'm working at a sand mine that produces frac sand. I mean,
Okay, well, I mean, did Biden and Harris cause winter? No. I want to ask you this question. So, I mean, you're very just adamant in the point that Biden and Harris were bad for the oil and gas industries. What, like, policy did they influence to get passed through Congress, or what executive order did they sign into law that, like, hurt the oil and gas industries?
well, they had that ban on frac for.
No, they never banned fracking. In fact, they actually invested into fracking with the Inflation Reduction Bill.
I have no idea. All I know is from my standpoint of working out in the oil industry.
Yeah, but we can't use that to come to any reliable determination on like the presidency and how they'd impact the work in your field. We really can't. We can't at all. Like, do you think that, like, the Biden-Harris administration made the live streaming industry do so well during the last 4 years? Because, man, my job has just been booming, dude. I've gained millions of followers. I think over 3 million in combined.
I think that was due to COVID, though.
And I've just been doing so well. Wow, like, 2024 has been my year, man. And I mean, if we just want to, like, use this baseless logic to essentially assume whatever happens is caused by the presidency, seemingly like the president has caused this, right? It's Biden's fault that I'm doing so well on social media.
No, that was due to COVID.
COVID in 2024, that's crazy. But, like, I think, like, the point in which I'm trying to describe here is that we can't just baselessly assume that anything that happens in the country is caused by the president, and you're going to have to give further reason for us to believe that, such as direct action through executive orders or policy passed through Congress.
Fair enough.
All right, well, man, well, I appreciate you for coming up, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day, bro. We're going to move on to our next guest. If anybody watching does want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal, they are in my bio, but we are going to move on to our next guest here, y'all, so everybody just do be patient. All right, we have our next guest loading up in. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
19.
What year were you born in?
2005.
And why did you vote for Trump?
Why did I vote for Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Why?
I don't want an open border when people are getting killed. That's why.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. You fell for the propaganda, goddammit. Did you know that, like, Biden and Harris actually tried to pass legislation to make our border significantly better, but then Trump told Republicans to vote against it so he could sell you on the lie that he is the savior of the border?
Did you know
that?
158 Democrats voted wanted to pass a law.
Zoe, thank you for the fast.
Wanted to pass a law to somehow, like, protect the immigrants that come here if they commit a sexual crime.
Oh, where they didn't want to deport him. Yeah, I actually disagree with that. All 158 of those Democrats made a pretty bad decision. But, I mean, that doesn't change the facts that Donald Trump torpedoed a bill that allowed the crisis to continue.
I mean, obviously, he's not perfect and he doesn't have perfect policies, but she didn't have.
Wait. Would you say that we should deport sexual abusers?
Yes.
Okay, so we should deport Trump? He was held liable for sexual abuse.
I mean, it still hasn't been proven.
Yes, it has, quite frankly. So
Where?
thank you for in a civil court in the state of New York. Yeah, they proved it. They held Donald Trump liable for the violent sexual abuse or rape of a woman in 2022. It has been proven with a preponderance of evidence in a unanimous decision from a jury. That's right. And that's the same way that we prove undocumented migrants to rape women. There's no difference. That's the method, right? So you're sitting here criticizing Democrats for not passing a bill through Congress to literally deport sexual abusers from our country, but then you'll tell and vote for a sexual abuser to run our country. Oh, who's the bad guy now?
Kamala.
Okay, so not you for like wanting a sexual abuser to run our country? Yes, thank you for the $1 on Venmo for quite frankly.
As a person, but would he run better for the economy? Yes. Would he do better for the economy? Yes.
Oh, so if it's better to keep a sexual abuser in power and
who is still in debt?
Wait. If it's better, if you're gonna say that you want to keep sexual abusers in power because they're better for our country, better for our economy, right? Why would you want all of those undocumented migrants that have like raped women to be deported? They're better for our economy. They're gonna add.
It doesn't mean that all
over the next
immigrants
10
are
years.
good or all immigrants are
Haley,
bad.
thank you for the $5 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love.
There's people that aren't good, and they shouldn't be here.
Wait. I have a question. If the Democrats were better for the economy, would you vote for them?
Wait, what was that?
If Kamala Harris was better for the economy, would you have voted for her?
Yes.
Okay, well, she was, right? So she was going to reduce income inequities by offering tax policy for members of the low and the middle class. It would have bolstered our country as a whole. It would have added significantly more for the GDP, especially when we'd consider Trump's tariffs, right? And in the long term, her plan would have been significantly better because on the inverse, Donald Trump's plan was built disproportionately for the ultra wealthy when we know trickle-down economics don't work.
And she still had so much confidence that she was going to win when she didn't, and she got herself in debt.
Herself in what?
She got herself in debt.
In debt, yeah, by 20 million. What does it have to do with the last point I was making? In fact, can you repeat the last point I was making?
How can you want someone that is in debt?
Motherfucker, she wasn't in debt. Her campaign was, and Donald Trump has gone bankrupt 6 times. Self, I appreciate you for the 5 gifted subs. I really do appreciate you so much for the love, Self. Everybody, please show some love to Self down below. And then, secondly, that just doesn't counter the plan. Doesn't counter the fact that her economic policy was better than Trump's. Oh, she's gonna leave. God damn it. She left before I could ask her how many branches of government there are. She left before I could ask her how many continents there are. I am so fucking destroyed that she left. Quite frankly, this is a travesty. Dominic, hey, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
You did, and how old are you?
I am 20.
All right. So why did you vote for Trump?
Simply just because I'm not gonna sit down and have coffee with the guy. I know he's not perfect. I feel like he'll be better to lead our country in a war, and that's what we're coming to.
Oh, wait, so he's going to be better to lead our country into war. How about we just prevent the war?
How are we gonna do
that? Okay, for instance, war in the Middle East by advocating for a ceasefire and telling Israel not to invade and attack Iran, a second Cold. A second Cold. A second Cold. April, thank you for the $5 on Venmo by the guest is gagged. W's for April. Also, saying that you want war and Jesus are so fucking incredibly contradictory, but nothing that a modern Christian evangelicist could ever tell me will surprise me.
The words that I want war.
Helen, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Dominic, how many branches of government are there?
Hello?
Hi, Dominic. How many branches of government are there? Okay, he left. Kim, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate you for the love. Can we get like a conservative with an IQ over 30 in the box, please? We are going to go and move on to our next guest. What is going on, Travis Scott? Big fan of the music. Did you vote for Trump?
Yo, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? Did you vote for Trump?
I can't vote.
Okay, all right. We're going to go to move on to our next guest. Everybody, do just kind of give us a minute. We got our next guest, Ashton Lee Gonzalez, loading up into the box, y'all. And by the way, guys, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 500,000 likes. What's up, Ashton? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And why would you ever make such a terrible decision?
Okay, you say that he's a sexual assaulter, and why is he in jail then?
All right, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. Because it was adjudicated in a civil court that forced him to pay the victim $87 million instead of a criminal
I
court.
feel like-
And the reason it was not adjudicated in a criminal court was because the statute of limitations had passed.
Because I am against rapists, sorry for that word, rape. Especially being a Christian, I do believe that they should go to jail. And then
Thank you for the subscription.
when it comes to abortion, if Kamala won, let's say.
Kamala.
Kamala. Did I say that right?
Dustin with a $1 on Venmo saying, let's fucking go. Yeah. If Kamala Harris would have won, she would have reinstituted federal protections ensuring all American women and girls' right to access murder. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. When it comes to with abortion, how would she pass a law in every
Through
state?
Congress. Yeah, like federal protections through congressional policy.
And you don't believe abortion's murder?
No.
I highly disagree with that.
Okay, so do you think that like abortion should be illegal?
Illegal.
Okay, well, here's my issue with that. So let's first agree on our terms. Would you agree that we could define like pro-life in the context of like American politics is basically just a desire to infringe upon the will or ability of a woman from accessing abortion by like making it illegal?
Yes, I agree with you.
Is God pro-life?
Yes.
So God would infringe upon the free will of a woman from accessing abortion? He certainly doesn't desire to do that.
That's not how that works.
It is. We agreed that the definition of pro-life, right, is a desire to infringe or impede upon the will or ability of a woman from getting an abortion. You said, yes, sir. That's how we define pro-life. Raphael, I appreciate you for the subscription. And then I ask you if God's pro-life, and then you say yes. But seemingly this is contradictory to the teachings of the gospel. I don't think God would ever desire to infringe upon the ability or will of a woman from accessing an abortion. He very vehemently believes in individualistic based choice. So seemingly God is not pro-life because God is pro-choice. And my question to you would be, if God's pro-choice, why aren't you? You disagree with God, bro? You got a sick ego.
No, I'm not saying that. And I'm just saying, looking at these comments saying that Trump hates Mexicans and
Whoa. Don't pivot, man. I just gave you one killer of an argument that I'd like you to refute.
But
so you're just so you're now pro-choice?
No.
Oh, so you disagree with
use
God?
that against God. You cannot use that against God, man.
No, I'm using it against you because you disagree with God. Dude, I swear to God, I've been seeing those "What would Jesus do" bracelets going around since like I was in my daddy's ball sack, man. Like I think it's like the oldest teaching ever for you to like want to do what God does because he's like morally perfect in every single way, right? Like if God's pro-choice and God's always right, like seemingly you'd want to be pro-choice too, unless you're of the devil. Or are you one of Satan's children?
No, I am.
No, you totally are. You totally are. Would you agree that Satan is always
Jesus
diametrically
is king.
opposed to that of
Jesus
God?
is king.
No, would you agree that Satan believes in the opposite of what God believes in?
Yes.
Okay, and if God believes that women should have the ability and will to access abortion, and then Satan believes the opposite of God, that means that Satan believes that the will or ability of a woman's access to abortion should be restricted, and we agreed that that's the definition of pro-life.
Well, that's just not going to change my mind that abortion is murder. That is killing a baby.
Well, I don't want to convince you that abortion's fine. I don't care if you think it's murder. I just care if you want to enact legislation to prevent women from accessing murder, right? In this context of abortion. So my contention is we have agreed that God is pro-choice and Satan is pro-life. So who do you want to be like, Satan or God?
God.
So you want to be pro-choice, right?
Yes.
So you should have voted for Kamala Harris because she was pro-choice and she would have implemented that in her federal law, right?
You wouldn't have done that.
Oh, yes, she would have, man. I told
She's
you.
all talk, man. She's all talk.
No, she passed more policy in the last 4 years compared to Trump in his first. She's more reliable than Trump when it comes to passing legislation. You should look at her track record, man. The infrastructure bill, the Chips and Science Act, the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the PACT Act. Man, it was beautiful.
Right. And I'm just going to reply to these comments because it's relatable to this.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you for the $1 on PayPal.
I do have no say in women's body. That is absolutely their choice. You know, I'm not going to tell them obviously what to do, but I just don't agree with that. That's all I'm going to say.
I think that's a completely fine position. Like I don't really expect to convince like all Americans that like abortion is like morally permissible. As long as you think that other people should be able to make that choice for themselves, I think that's the ultimate meet in the middle of the aisle, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to think whatever you want to think. So do I, and so does every woman and girl in alive. You know what I mean? But seemingly you voted for Trump, and he disagrees with that because he rescinded Roe v. Wade back to the state level, making the white men in Congress able to make decisions for the women in their state, taking that decision out of their hands, right?
Yeah.
Right, and that's bad. We both disagree with that.
And I am a first-time voter, so I guess I just have to do more research in the next 4 years to come.
Yes, that's why I'm doing these lives, dude. Emma, thank you for the $15 donation on PayPal. I really appreciate you for the love, Emma. Everybody, please show some love
I
to
watch
Emma
your
in the
lives
chat.
all the time. You're doing great things, man. No
Dude,
hate.
Ashton, you're actually on the pathway to a bright future. I hope to see you voting blue down the ballot in 2 years for the midterms. I appreciate.
We'll see
you
about that, man. You too. You have a good one.
Peace out. All right, we're gonna move on to our next guest. Yo, Ashton was kind of lit. We kind of fucking with Ashton. Yeah, I think we see a redemption arc in his near future. Okay. See what I mean? So like, I'm not gonna lie. We just witnessed a Christian change their like worldly perspectives based upon the true teachings of the gospel, and I fuck with that. I do. That's that. Man, you know what? I'll be the first to say it. Ashton was a true Christian. See, that's the type of church goer that I could really have some respect for. While we're pulling up our next guest, I'm going to go ahead and thank some donors. Haley, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Venmo. I do appreciate you for the love, Haley. Looks like we got Satan in the chat. Okay. We're going to go to move on to our next guest here. What's going on, Turnip? Did you vote for Trump?
Being honest, I have not voted, but I've seen you online, and I thought I'd like to have like a conversation with you if you don't mind.
Juliet, I appreciate you for the $10 on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love. Everybody, please do show some love to Juliet. Honestly, Turnip, if you didn't vote for Trump, like, you obviously don't have the beliefs that I'm trying to fight against. But I do appreciate you for coming up. We're going to move on. Reagan, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. I do really appreciate you for the love, Reagan. Everybody show some love to Reagan in the chat. Username, what is going on? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I ain't voted, but I did root for Trump.
You're driving, and that was also just a direct contradiction. You said I didn't vote, but I did vote for Trump. I don't have shoes on, but my Yeezys are fun or are on fire. You know what I mean? It makes no goddamn sense. Patrick, hey, what's going on, man? Did you vote?
Hey,
for
how's it
Trump?
going, Dean? I just had a question. When you were talking before about, you said Trump was found guilty.
Yes, he's an adjudicated rapist, man. Yeah, he was held civilly liable for it. That is guilt.
Okay, so what does being adjudicated guilty in a civil court mean?
Yeah, it just means that the defendant was found to have partaken in these crimes, these illegal behaviors. Maybe not crimes. Maybe that's semantic specific to criminal courts. More so, is just he was found to have done these things.
Found to have done these things. So based on what?
Based on a preponderance of evidence.
Right. So what is a preponderance of evidence?
Well, I mean, from a legal standard, it's any threshold of evidence beyond that of a 51 percentile. But I'd say in this case, it was clear beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt. And of course, if you disagree with me there, feel free to articulate the reasonable doubt to the evidence submitted to the jury.
Right. So beyond a reasonable doubt is different from a preponderance of evidence. Can we agree on that?
Well, actually, no. Beyond a reasonable doubt can fall into a preponderance of evidence. What you're saying is different, is like the thresholds of evidence upheld by criminal courts compared to civil courts. My claim is that the obvious standard of evidence for civil courts is a preponderance of evidence, but for this case specifically, I find it to be clear beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt that Donald Trump had, sexually abused or raped Jean Carroll. Zoe, thank you for the $5 on PayPal, and that's just going to be on preponderance of fact. And I'd ask you to rebuttal this claim by naming the reasonable doubt to the evidence submitted to the jury.
Right. What I'm saying is, unless you were found criminally guilty in a criminal court beyond a reasonable doubt, using evidence besides the statute of limitations, which you brought up, which is a legitimate argument, I don't think that a preponderance of evidence is enough evidence, right, or legitimate reason to find someone guilty.
You understand that a preponderance of evidence can be 100% certainty. It's 51% and up. Right. And my claim is that the preponderance of evidence in this case was very strong. Right. I'd put it right around that same threshold as a criminal court. You could dispute this claim by naming the reasonable doubt to the evidence submitted to show us that the preponderance of evidence was closer to that 51 percentile.
Right. So what evidence was brought up during the trial that makes you 100% certain that this crime was committed?
Well, I don't think that we could be 100% certain if we're just being anal about things. I'd say that it was beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt, still meaning that unreasonable doubts can exist to posit something other than certainty. And I could go over the evidence with you, but I do just want to make sure. Do you know any of the evidence submitted to the court?
Sure, yeah, but I think there's a lack of information. That's the problem, not the evidence that was presented.
My chat knows that I know every single piece of evidence submitted to that courtroom. I just want to clarify that you do too. Can you name the evidence?
Can I name every piece of evidence in that courtroom? No, I can't. I don't think you could either. But my point being...
I literally can, but that's besides the point. I'm not going to blame you for not knowing every piece.
It take place?
But can you name one piece?
Where did it take place?
Sure, I'll answer where it took place. It took place in a changing room in a retail store in New York in 1996. But can you name one piece of evidence submitted to that courtroom? Juliana, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love.
I'm sorry, you're asking me to name a piece of evidence that was submitted?
Yes.
Okay. Where would you like me to go? Anything?
Anything.
Sure. So one piece of evidence that was submitted to the court was the timestamps from the change, from the store. There were timestamps that were submitted.
No.
There weren't.
There wasn't.
Okay, so then how do we prove that it took place at that time?
Well, good question. I could answer that, but that would require me to pivot away from the point I asked you if you could name one piece of evidence submitted to the courtroom. And the reason I asked you that question is because seemingly you haven't looked at any of the evidence, because you just kind of bullshitted your way into a position of just kind of hoping that the whatever gargoyle of words that just came out of your mouth would be a piece of evidence submitted to the court. The point is, you originally came up here.
That was my point, Dean.
Dude, okay. Don't gaslight me.
You don't know what I'm saying.
No. Don't gaslight me. I asked you to name a piece of evidence submitted by the prosecutor to the jury that they used to hold Trump liable for rape, and then you sat there for 5 seconds stumbling on your words. Then you ultimately said the timestamps of the changing room from when the rape took place. Don't even know where you got that from.
Right, so then, no, my point was, how do we know when it took place?
So would you admit that you don't know any of the evidence submitted to the court?
Dean, how do we know when it took place?
Which is a completely separate and totally different cool question that would require me to pivot from my original point. Do you seriously know one piece of evidence submitted to the court?
What does that have to do with my original question?
Oh, well, it does. Nothing. That's why it's your original question.
So you pivoted. You were the first one to pivot.
No, now you're gaslighting me. I sat here and I asked you to name one piece of evidence submitted to the courtroom. You said timestamps of the changing room where she got raped. And then I'm like, that wasn't a piece of evidence submitted. And then you followed that up by asking the question, then how do we know that it occurred at this date, place, and time? And that was a pivot from the question that I asked you first of, can you name one piece of evidence submitted to the court? You can't convince me that you asked that question before I asked mine. In fact, I just gave you the chronological order of conversation with how my original question led you to asking that, meaning you were the one that was trying to introduce the pivot in the conversation. So without changing the topic, let's reference back my question. can you name a piece of evidence submitted to that courtroom?
Sure. Why are you asking to? To establish what? To establish what?
Yeah, to establish like a sufficient level of information required to reject the finding of the jury, but obviously you don't have that. It's very ridiculous for you to tell me that there wasn't a sufficient amount of evidence submitted to that courtroom when you don't know any of the damn evidence. That's like me saying that all the food in your fridge is spoiled. You're gonna pivot again?
No, Dean, I'm saying you know exactly where and when it took place based on evidence. How do you know when it took place if there's no timestamp as to when it took place, and it's just based on witness testimony?
God damn it, I almost called you Parker. Patrick, God damn it, Patrick. Do you understand how like every single person watching this live can see your pivot in real time?
Are you not going to answer my question?
No, I won't. I refuse to allow you to pivot.
I don't believe that's a pivot.
It is. I mean, in fact, you like subconsciously, or I guess implicitly, recognized it as a pivot because you asked me what my question has to do with yours, and I said nothing, and then you were
Right,
like,
but you didn't
and then you
answer
were
my
like, right,
question,
there's
so how's that a
nothing to do
pivot?
with our two questions. So
you answered
were,
my question with a question, Dean. That's not a pivot.
Okay, no. The reason it's a pivot is because it has nothing to do with the original question that I asked you. Okay,
Right.
and you
my original
realize this is
question that
true.
I asked you was, can you prove beyond a reasonable doubt?
Maze, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. No, your question was, how do we know that it took place in the changing room in 1996?
Right. And then you answered my question with, can you name any evidence in the trial? That's
Well,
not an
now
answer
you've
to
got
my
it all
question. That's a
backwards,
pivot.
man. No, now you've got it all backwards. I asked you if you can name a single piece of evidence submitted to the court. Then you
Right.
made up the piece of evidence, like timestamps from the changing room in 1996. I told you that wasn't a piece of evidence, in which you followed up with a thought. Well, then how do we know it took place there? Meaning,
Dean,
that
I wasn't
asked
making
you
up
my
a
question
piece of evidence.
first,
It was for
and
the sake
you
of
asked me
argument.
your question second.
Dean, it was for the sake of argument.
No, for the sake of the argument, you made a piece of evidence up? That's gibberish.
No, I'm not making up a piece of
Stephanie,
evidence.
thank you for
I
the
answered your
$6.66 on PayPal. Okay, then show me in the court documents where they were recorded, like timestamps of the change of the room in 1996.
Dean, that's my entire point, is that there are no timestamps. There's
So
no
then that
proof
was
it
a
took
made-up
place at
piece
this
of
time.
evidence.
It's all based on witness testimony, Dean.
So then that was a made-up piece of evidence. Because my question, once again, was can you name a piece of evidence submitted to the courtroom to prove Trump guilty of rape? And then you made up the piece of evidence, timestamps from the changing room in 96.
Right. So, Dean, I'm going to ask you again. You don't
So
have
then
to
you
answer.
agree
can-
that you
Dean,
made that
You're
up,
allowed
right?
to refuse to answer.
No, so then you agree that you made that piece of evidence up, right?
Dean, you can refuse
No,
to answer the question.
no, Patrick. No. I am like a very annoying debater that requires my opponent's answers to questions. And see,
So do I.
all this is
You pivoted
tangent
off of a
my
pivot.
original question of can you name a piece of evidence that was submitted in the courtroom? Patrick, I've already verbally described about 4 times on how I did not pivot. Because a pivot would require me to not answer a question that you had asked. Okay? But see, the reason why I'm accusing you of pivoting is because I had first posited the question, can you name one piece of evidence submitted by the prosecutor to the jury that led to the jury holding Trump liable for rape? You made one up, and then in my response, you then asked the follow-up question of how do we know that it happened in the changing room on this date at this time, right? And the reason I'm refusing to answer that question is because it is a pivot away from my original question of can you name a piece of evidence submitted to the court? So do we now understand how like further like pedantics and sophistry of you sitting here accusing me of pivoting and making up this false narrative that you asked me your question first is utterly meaningless, and it makes you aesthetically look bad to the 11,000 people watching?
No, I think it makes you seem intellectually dishonest that you're not willing to answer my question and keep going back to the point that you think
Chat,
I'm-
does it make me seem intellectually dishonest for just expecting this guy to answer a question, not pivot? No.
Dean, I think you pivoted first, and I think I answered your question with something that I didn't believe to be true, but that doesn't mean that my point is any less legitimate. My point was that
So then can you give me like the dialogue of conversation that led me to pivoting first? Because I was able to sit here and like break down the conversation that we had to justify that you pivoted first.
Dean,
I
I'm
was
asking
able
you to
to
answer a
articulate
simple question.
no. You're not going to get around this.
So-
All right?
so you're
Because you're
not-
trying
you're
to use
refusing
the
to answer
idea
my
that I pivoted first to get me to answer your question. Sid, thank you for the motorcycle. I appreciate you for the love. Show some love to Sid in the chat. We know that you're lying because I was able to sit here and break down the line of dialogue that we had to demonstrate how I asked you the question first and then you pivoted. Can you,
What
with
was
your
the-
memory,
what was the question
go
prior to
over
your
the
question?
dialogue and demonstrate to me how I was truly the one that pivoted?
Dean, what was the question or statement previous to that question about evidence?
Yeah, sure. You made the posit that there wasn't sufficient evidence to demonstrate that Donald Trump had raped E. Jean Carroll, and then I followed that up by asking you if you could just name a damn piece of evidence.
Right. Do you remember the question I had asked you beforehand?
You didn't ask me a question.
I never asked you a question.
No. You made a claim that there wasn't sufficient evidence to demonstrate to you that Donald Trump is a rapist.
No, but Dean, I had asked you, how do you think there is sufficient evidence in order to prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? You never answered that question, so you were the first one to pivot.
No, you never asked me that question.
I never asked you that question.
No.
Dean, I was asking you a very simple question. If you want me to, here, ready? For the sake of argument, let's say one piece of evidence within the trial, right, is the witness testimony that I'm talking about.
Okay, so you're talking about the witness testimony of E. Jean Carroll. So first of all, I mean, all prosecutors have witness testimony. Name a piece of evidence apart from like witness testimony, because the reason that I'm like being like so fucking anal about this is because I'm positive that you don't know any actual piece of evidence submitted to the court case because you've never read the court documents.
All right, so
that's the only reason why I'm LARPing on this goddamn point. Harping on this point so bad. Like, be honest with me,
I
Mars.
understand.
Thank you for the future encounter. Can you name a single piece of evidence apart from her testimony?
Dean,
No. I want a direct answer. Can you name a piece of evidence apart from her testimony?
Yes, but I asked you a question.
Which is it? No, which is it? Name the piece of evidence.
I just brought
No,
up
no,
like
Patrick, we are not moving on until
You
you name
didn't
a
like
single piece of
Eugene
evidence
Carroll's
apart from
witness
her testimony.
testimony as a particular example, I guess.
You don't even know her name. It's E. Jean Carroll, not Eugene. So of course,
Okay,
right?
all
Apart
right,
from witness
all right, Dean.
testimony, because there's witness testimony in every goddamn court case. Name one piece of evidence apart from her testimony that the jury used to hold Trump liable for rape. It's so goddamn.
Oh, so now
easy.
you're saying it has to be not. It can't be testimony. Now you're
because
qualifying.
every single court proceeding ever has testimony.
Now you're qualifying your statement.
Yes,
Dean.
yes, I am qualifying my statement. Answer my question.
Why am I not allowed to answer your why am I not allowed to ask a follow-up question after you just asked me a question and I answered? You don't like my answer. That
Because
doesn't
I'm
mean I didn't
drilling in the
answer.
point. Patrick, have you read the court documents? Yes or no?
Dean, I have not read every page of the court documents.
Have you read them at all?
Yes.
What did you read from them?
Dean, I'm asking if I.
No, you're lying. You're fucking lying. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop this sophist bullshit. Patrick,
Dean.
you have not read the court documents at
Dean.
all. You know none of the evidence submitted to the court case.
Give me a second,
You
man.
said
Give me a
witness.
second.
No. Hey, sir, if I'm putting you on mute, it's because I'm talking and I'm expecting you to listen. Can you do that for me?
Being intellectually dishonest.
I'm not being intellectually dishonest in the slightest.
Then can you let me get?
If you like try to interrupt me and pull like the intellectual dishonesty card, like why I'm trying to debate, and like preach and show you how you're incorrect, I'm just gonna kick you. I'm not here for this like sophist bullshit. I just want to have a good conversation. So that aside, my overwhelming point here is nothing more than the fact that you have not read the court documents. You do not know one piece of evidence submitted to the jury to hold Trump liable for the rape of E. Jean Carroll, right? You're trying to appeal and lie by saying you do, that of witness testimony, and then you try to criticize me for expecting you to name one piece of evidence apart from what is present in every single court proceeding ever, because we all know that you're lying about reading the court documents. But now I will go ahead and introduce a concept of the actual evidence. So not only did we have the witness testimony of E. Jean Carroll, but we had consistency between the witness testimony of E. Jean Carroll and medical records from 1996 that indicate she was raped by Donald Trump, on top of the witness testimony of 7 others that all align with those original medical records. She also claimed that she was raped by that she was raped by Donald Trump in a dress that she still had, and claimed that his DNA was on it. So it was tested for DNA. There was male DNA found on the dress, in which she then requested Donald Trump to provide his DNA to the court to be tested against the DNA of the dress, in which he failed to. In fact, he refused. So there's all the evidence. I was just expecting you to say any one of those bits, and you couldn't.
Dean, I'm trying to get past the actual evidence part. I don't think it's honest of you.
Okay, then we're gonna go on and kick you. You literally were pressing me with a question and accusing me of pivoting when your question was about evidence. Yeah, whatever. We're done with you. If you do want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in my bio. What a joke. I would love Parker to come up here right now. I need to go get a snack or something. I'm so lightheaded because I haven't really ate too much today. It's like getting to a point where I'd have to end the stream and like, or I could just like DoorDash. Chat, should I DoorDash? So I don't have to end, but I think I really do need to eat. What's up, Curtis? How old are you?
18.
Nice, man. Did you vote for Trump?
Yep, and it was my first time.
All right. Why did you vote for Trump, bro?
I know he's a corrupt guy, but I just think he's a better guy for the job.
All right, and why is that?
There's a couple reasons. Trump's a businessman. Kamala.
Haley, thank you for the $1 on
with the-
PayPal, and Stephanie with the $6.66. Addison with the $2. Juliana with the $1. I appreciate you for the love. Thank you so much. And Lily, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. Everybody, please do show some love to Lily in the chat. Thank you so much, Lily. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Trump has a big history in business. I know he might not have you're going to go on the rant saying, oh, he's got a bunch of bankruptcies filed.
And that's funny,
I mean,
but I don't
he's
think
just
it's super
playing the
relevant.
game. He's playing the game. He just, I know he might be a corrupt guy and he's done some personal things in the past that might not be acceptable, but when it comes down to it, I think he's the better guy for the job.
So your claim is that he's a better guy for the job because he's a billionaire?
Yeah, and our economy's, not doing very good right now.
Okay, so if Donald
But,
Trump was running against Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, who would you vote for?
probably Donald Trump.
But he has
But-
less money than them.
I mean, yeah, you are right, but
Andy, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. So do you see this as completely contrary to your one sole reason why you voted for him? You literally just sat here and told me that you voted for
that's
Donald
just
Trump
one.
over Kamala Harris because Donald Trump has more money than Kamala Harris. But then you'll sit here and you're going to tell me that you'd vote for Donald Trump over Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, even though he has less money. And Emily, thank you for the $14 on Venmo. I really appreciate you for the love, Emily. Everybody, please show some love to Emily down below in that chat right now. Thank you so much, Emily. And Jaden, thank you for the $20 on Venmo saying drink some water. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like seriously have this like crazy level of like super lightheaded being on set. Thank you so much for the love, you guys. In fact, that's going to go towards the Uber Eats fund. But go ahead, Curtis.
Okay, so and at the end of the day, I also voted for him because I'm joining the army. Yeah. Anyhow, I just had one question for you coming up here.
You're going to get drafted and sent to World War III.
No, I just want to serve my country. My dad was in Fallujah. He got a Purple Heart.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, it
Respectable.
just, I don't want to, I wish I didn't, have to worry about some politician sending me to some, third world grapple, but,
Okay, well,
I'm-
it's not nice to like shit on other countries. I
Right,
don't know why that's
right.
typical of our military. You're like oil, so let's go like destroy
no,
them.
that's exactly
like
what I'm saying,
completely
like-
destroy their economy, completely
Exactly.
destroy their country, and kill them
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
and turn them into one of those quote unquote third world crapples.
Right, I see what you mean. Yeah, I would rather die for my people instead of some politician in Washington. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, do you mind if I respond now?
Yeah, what's up?
Awesome. Well, before I do have two people to thank. Emily, thank you for the $20 on Venmo, so you can DoorDash and stay on live. Yeah, dude, as soon as Parker gets up here in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm literally going to order directly from DoorDash. Thank you for the love for the DoorDash fund. And Kimberly, thank you for the $25 on Venmo as well for the DoorDash fund. Thank you so much, Emily and Kimberly. And Anna, thank you for the $15 on Venmo for the DoorDash. Thank you, Anna. So yeah, two things here. So first of all, there's actually more U.S. troops that died under Trump's admin compared to Biden and Harris's. So using only like quantitative statistics, you were like more likely to die under Trump than Biden and Harris. And secondly, I'd say that Donald Trump is more of a warmonger and is worse for global conflicts than Harris would have been. So you're more likely to get deployed and go to war under a second Trump term compared to a first Harris term. The reason that I'd say this is because he literally advocated for more war in the Middle East, right? Instead of like a ceasefire compared to Kamala Harris. He advocates for Russian expansion and for Ukraine to give up their land. And what happened last time Russian expanded? The Cold War. So just saying, I'd say he's worse for global conflicts.
Right. Okay. And, I'm not a big, I've not looked into that a lot. But I just
You're good, man.
and I had one question for you. So do you think, if I murdered a pregnant woman and
double homicide,
I would get two. Yeah, exactly. Do you think that should be the case? Or
Yes,
do you think it should?
I do think that should be the case. Yeah.
Okay. So if abortion should be legal, then should I still get two?
Yeah. If abortion's legal, you should still get a double homicide if you unalive a pregnant woman.
but you can just end the baby's life.
Yeah.
And just that's not homicide, right? That ain't.
It's only homicide if you do it. I mean, I could give you an analogy here. Do you have a car?
Yeah.
If you were to walk up to your car right now and break its windshield and shank its tires, would you be doing anything wrong that's like worthy of criminal repercussion?
I mean, doing it to my own stuff, no.
But if I were to walk up to your car and do that shit, you'd probably see criminal repercussions because I'm an asshole that violated the law, right?
Right.
Is that contradictory at all?
I mean, not really. I mean, can one lady do her own or AB?
No. In fact, she has to give someone else the consent to do it, which it makes the analogy even better. So, like, only the woman can consent to a fetus being removed from her uterus. I mean, just, point blank, period. So if someone else does it with her consent, like an abortion practitioner, that's fine. If someone else does it without her consent, like a double homicide, that's not fine. And I think that would qualify an unjust termination of a human life because it could only be justified with the consent of a mother. And I define murder as the unjust termination of a human life. So seemingly, yeah, that is murder.
All right, and I would just see how you viewed that, and I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong or you're right. But
I think I have like a very good view on that, and I don't know why more people like hold to it. Like I don't like. There's like plenty of people that will like sit on here and like reject double homicide. Like, no, dude, if you kill a pregnant mother, you're getting hit with double homicide.
All right.
But anyways, go ahead and continue.
And then I have another question. That was a pretty good rebuttal. But anyhow, I have another question. It's kind of on the same topic, but a little different. So.
Before you do, I would like just to thank a couple people. Yo, Natalie, thank you so much for the $30 donation on Venmo. I really appreciate you for the love, Natalie. Natalie says, thanks for fighting for my reproductive rights. Thank you so much, Natalie. Everybody show some love to Natalie down below. And Alyssa, thank you for the $7 on Venmo. I do really appreciate you for the love. And Uwa, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying eating these debaters up. Thank you so much for the love. And about I do have to physically eat too. Yeah, for sure. I do. And Anna, thank you for the $15 for the DoorDash. Thank you, Anna, Uwa, Alyssa, and Natalie. All towards the DoorDash fund, but go ahead, Curtis.
Okay, so can we both agree that it takes two parties for pregnancy to happen?
Two parties insofar as like the conception of a sperm and an egg? No, that just takes one party. But I mean, if you would imply like two parties insofar as like where the sperm and the egg need to come from, yeah.
Yeah. So like, if a man got a woman pregnant and it's two parties, right, through natural, should a man say if he wants her to have an abortion, should he be liable to pay child support? Because he doesn't want it, but he would still have to pay child support.
Yeah, he should, because he loses his rights over what happens to that sperm from the moment he releases it inside of the woman for the next 9 months, because giving him rights over his sperm during that time would give him rights over the woman's body. It's unfair, but like that's just reality, man. Like, I mean, in like this hypothetical version of reality where pregnancy didn't occur in the woman's body, but just like after you engage in sex with a woman, like this magical glowing orb like spawned in the middle of the air connected to both you and the woman. Sure, you and the woman would have like equal rights to what happens to that fetus, but because it happens in the woman's body, there's the overwhelming like reason not to give the man any say, and that would just be the woman's bodily autonomy.
But then, if you're saying that, then that would just contradict, because if you had a kid and the kid got aborted, that is still your kid. Like,
yeah, my kid died.
Just because it's in the woman, or just because it's in the female, doesn't mean it's not your kid.
I mean, that doesn't give you like a control over it. I mean, like,
why wouldn't it? It's your kid.
Because that gives you control over the woman's body, which is a more pressing issue.
It's
Rick,
not
I appreciate you for $3 on Venmo.
Body. If it was the woman's body,
are you telling me that if a man wanted to control his kid, so he told his wife to go get an abortion, and like she was forced to by law, that wouldn't be a man having a control over a woman's body?
So wait, say that again?
Yeah, okay. So you're just saying that, like giving man a control over his kid wouldn't give him control over a woman's body, even if it was inside her womb. So I just want to clarify here. So, if a man wanted to abort the kid in his wife's body and she was forced to by law because he wanted it, would that be giving a man a control over a woman's body?
I mean, I guess, but it's still his kid.
I guess. I don't care. He loses rights over the kid for 9 months while it's growing inside the mother's uterus. Dude, and that's also just like what the mom is consenting to. Like, I want to make that like so fucking incredibly clear. So let's just think about this. When you're engaging in sex with a woman, what are you guys consenting to?
Having sex.
yeah, the woman is not consenting to having sex plus possibly giving this man control of my body for 9 months. No, not at all. If that was like the legal qualifications of consent, you would never get touched by a woman in your life, right? Like, oh no, I think that we should respect women's consent, right? And not try to like forcefully control their bodies. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But you think that's controlling their bodies if you want your kid to be born?
Yes.
I mean, I don't really see that when the only thing that's happening is the kid is being born. I mean, if it was
no, that's not the only thing that's happening. If a woman wants to get an elective abortion at like 10 weeks, and then she like wants to go to the Planned Parenthood, but then the Planned Parenthood's like, oh, like we actually have to ask your husband for consent first, and the husband says no, right? You like that is absolutely like the woman's abilities to do what she wants with her body being impeded upon that by a man, right? And then I also like once again like seriously, a man's sperm, like a man loses rights to his sperm for 9 months, like while it's inside her womb. I mean, that's kind of the contractual obligation there, man.
I mean, I kind of see what you're getting at, but it's like a two-party thing. I mean, if you have contradicting ideas of...
It's a two-party thing to, like, quote-unquote, build the fetus through conception, but it's not a two-party thing insofar as how the fetus would grow from then. And, like, think about it this way. How many people does it think to assemble, like, the car that you drive? Probably like hundreds, right? But like none of the people that like built the car in the factory have a right controller say over the car once it's in your hands, right? Very similarly, right? There's these societal contracts that exist between men and women when they engage in intercourse. Although the man did play a role in the quote unquote creation of the fetus through conception, right? He definitely doesn't have control over the fetus once it's in the woman's hands, like literally like in her fucking uterus. Okay, I mean, like, why do men care so much? Like, God, you're like, men are so like shit. You know that? Like, men beat women, men like rape kids, men like commit arson and kidnapping, men like will like leave their children with their mom and they don't want to pay any child support at all. Like, you even like originally sat here and you were trying to make an argument for why men shouldn't have to pay child support. But if the kid is like in the mother's body, then you care so much. Like, God, get a load of this guy. No, this is just a mask for misogyny. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, incredible.
All the things that you just listed, are you saying that they're only done by men or what?
Yeah, significantly, disproportionately done so, yeah.
Well, I mean, then that would like say like, oh, significantly, proportionately more crime are committed by, African Americans. I mean, like,
actually, thank you for the manifesting. You know, that's not actually true, right?
You don't think so?
No,
think so?
That is like the biggest lie of all time. You know, like the 13-15.
So if we took the same stat of 13% of the population committing
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Listen, if we took that up to 75 and reduced white people down to 13.
Can I? Well, I'm gonna. Well, now I like have a moral obligation to interrupt you and like cut off your racism to explain to you why it's wrong.
It's not racism, but
it is. I'll literally explain to you why it's racism. But if you're just gonna come out of the jump and say no, it's not. Like obviously you're just like a fucking like incredibly dense person that doesn't want to learn or grow. Like you're just gonna sit here with like it's so fucking annoying. It's racism, right? Because it's false, right? And I could explain to you how it's false. So you're right that 13% of our population, African Americans in our country, do get arrested, right, for 55% of the crimes. But what percentage of exonerations inside of our criminal justice system are black people? 44%, right? So although they're over arrested compared to white people, right, they're also overtly exonerated at higher rates. But like even if it was true that black people seriously did commit 55% of the crimes in our country while accounting for 13% of our population, that wouldn't be because they're black, right? That would be because of socioeconomic disparities onset by slavery leading up. So we see like lower like net worths on average comparing the average black American to like the average white American. But because of like systemic racism and the fact that black people have only had legal equality to white people for like 70 years, if even that, right? But when we think about the statistic of like men committing 95% of violent crimes, it's literally because they're men. Like higher levels of aggression set on by higher levels of testosterone, slight differences in like neuroanatomy insofar as there being thinner dendrites, meaning that they're like less able to deal with like stress or pain, more likely to engage in irrational risk adverse behaviors such as violent crimes. Like it's like because they're men, and that's the difference.
I mean, that's pretty irrelevant to the fact that disproportionate amount of
Thank you for the boxing
black
gloves.
people do crime. Are you
Taylor, thank you for the $5 on Venmo.
So you're denying the fact that black people disproportionately commit more crime than white people. So say
Yeah, I denied it. I explained to you why I denied it, and then in theory I accepted it and still described to you how your argument's bad.
So you're accepting.
I'm
you're
running
accepting,
laps on you right now, little bro.
You're accepting it though, right? You're accepting
Just so
the
I could
fact-
like show you how even if your logic was true, you'd still have a bad argument. But Isabella, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. I do appreciate you for the.
So why would that be a bad argument? Because
black people don't commit more crimes because they're black, but men commit more crimes because they're men.
I mean, that is true. I don't think a crime should happen because you're black. I'm just asking, why does it happen so much more?
Yeah, like lower socioeconomic standings on average, onset by wealth inequalities with slavery and its aftermath, and 300 to 400 years of systemic oppression in our legal systems and socially. That's probably a good reason, right?
But I mean, white people have been slaves since the dawn of time. I mean,
wait, really? Can you name one society where white people are slaves?
In the Middle East,
Same thing for the $1 Venmo. That's a lie. You're supposed to say,
Romans,
you were supposed to say Ireland.
The Romans.
You're supposed to say
I'm talking
Ireland.
about the dawn of time. I'm talking way before that. Way before the Middle Ages.
There was white slaves in Rome.
Oh yeah.
No, there wasn't.
Romans were
the
were
white
slaves in
European
the Middle East.
elitists were the ruling class. There's actually anti-black, anti-brown racism in Rome.
Right. So no, I'm talking about Romans being slaves in Egypt.
Romans were slaves in Egypt. What
Yes.
do you mean? Wait, do you mean
Prisoner of
Jewish
war.
individuals?
What?
Romans were slaves in Egypt.
Romans were prisoner of war, right, in Egypt.
Wait, POWs are slaves? Wait, so does the U.S.
I mean,
currently
they
have
did
slaves because they have
become
POWs?
slaves. Prisoners of war became slaves.
Okay, can you give me a source? I'm just super curious.
Yeah, hold on, I'll be right back.
I'm the only reason I bring that up. Prisoners of wars. Roman slaves. Okay. Fucking hell. How's this supposed to counter our argument? Even if there was white slaves in Egypt 5,000 years ago, how does that speak to black people that were alive when they were racially segregated from quote unquote white businesses 80 years ago? Holy shit. Man, so there's actually economic studies that have spoken to how many generations, right, it takes to build generational wealth from a place of equality. It's 6. Okay. How many generations do you think have passed since white people were slaves in Egypt, apparently? Try 6,000. Fuck. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that relevant of a consideration.
Yeah, it's CambridgeUniversity.org. But anyhow, wait, could you re-say what you just said?
How does that respond to my point? I don't think you know how that responds to my point. My point is that we see black people having lower socioeconomic standards on average because of slavery and its aftermath and 400 years of legal, systemic, and social injustice and discrimination and prejudice and racism.
But is it happening now? Is it happening now? No, it's not. So why?
Yeah, it quite literally is. Yes, Isabella, thank you for the $1 on PayPal.
So you think
Nina, thank you for the $10 on PayPal as well. I do appreciate you for the love. You think that racism doesn't exist?
No, that's not what you just said. Segregation,
legal inequalities.
Legal inequalities, maybe, but is segregation happening? Are they better off now than they were?
Legal racial segregation is not happening, but that doesn't mean that systemic racism as a whole isn't happening. That's a very bad equivocation to make.
Are they better now than they were 80 years ago?
What do you mean better? Yes, we do see general progression as time passes, where conditions get better, but that doesn't mean that conditions are equal.
They don't have to be equal. Why does everything have to be equal?
I'm saying that the inequalities in conditions between white Americans and black Americans because of racism is why we would see higher levels of crime, right, committed by black Americans compared to white Americans. And yeah, I would say that conditions do have to be equal. I don't think that white people should have a greater ability to perform well in society compared to black people.
What do you mean? Minorities get into college way easier than white people. Than majorities.
Who benefits the most from affirmative action?
White women.
Are white women a minority, sir?
No, but I mean, it's.
I'm really surprised you knew that. I mean, I will say, good for you. You knew that. That's really surprising. But yeah, it is white women.
But do white men?
Oh God, so
No.
the white men are the true victim of
No.
oppression?
Do black men?
Oh, wait, please answer my question. Are the white men the true victim of oppression in America today?
No. Why are we all in a I'm oppressed
Because
standpoint?
oppression exists.
I mean,
You understand, like, if you deny the existence of systemic racism, you have to be like an incredibly fucking racist.
I'm not
bigot.
denying
And
it.
I'll explain to you how. Right. So, like, 95% of Fortune 500 CEOs are white. 5% of Fortune 500 CEOs are black. The average like socioeconomic well-being of a white American is significantly better to that of a black American. And like opportunity for being in like leadership positions in the presidency and Congress, right, and in institutions of academia, etc., disproportionately dominated by white guys. Right. Wilma, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. And there's literally only two ways to describe this. The first way to describe this is that black people have less opportunity to be in these positions of power compared to white people. What do we call that? Oppression, right? But the second way to explain this is by literally saying that black people are less capable than white people, right? And then that goes into like race realism and some of the most morally decrepit, bigoted shit of all time. So which explanation, right, are you going to affirm? Are you going to affirm the explanation of systemic racism? Are you going to affirm the explanation that slave owners did?
I'm not gonna deny any of that.
You fucking get the fuck off my life. I'm not gonna deny that white people are morally superior to black people and have you leave. I don't want you. You can leave.
They aren't superior.
God, get the fuck off my life. We're gonna move on to our next guest. Everybody just give us a minute to get our next guest up in here. If you do want to support me, my Venmo, my PayPal are my bio. We're gonna move on to our next guest. God, what is up with like these like conservative 18-year-old white guys that like are actually like so incredibly idiotic? It's just incredible. Big Dog, I appreciate you for the hand arts. We're gonna move on to our next guest here, y'all. I don't know where Parker's at. I really need to use the restroom, and he said that he's gonna pop up. I'm gonna go and text him again. Do give us a minute. All right, we got our next guest loading in here right now. And if you do want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are my bio, y'all. Oh, he's in the box already. Let's go. All right, y'all. We have Parker popping up for a little bit of a co-host, ladies and gents. What is going on, Parker? How you doing?
What's good?
Lauren, thank you for the hand arts. Your mic is not plugged in, or if it is plugged in, it's just plugged in super duper weird.
It does this sometimes. I was kind of far away. Did you hear me?
I sure did. All right.
I didn't even plug it in. I literally just like went closer to it.
Do you have control over the guest box?
All right. You have to get food, you said?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go pee and then see if I have any snacks or anything while I DoorDash some food. But I'll be right back. But do you have like control over the guest box and all that?
Yeah.
Perfect, Chad. I'm gonna leave you here with Parker here for a little bit. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, what's up, Brittany? How old are you?
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm 24. I didn't mean to request. I was like...
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. W liking the live. Yeah, W for her liking the live, everyone. What's up, y'all? Do tap that screen. Do share the live. We'll help get out to more people. What's up, everyone joining in? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, shit. Hello?
Did you vote Trump?
Well, I actually can't vote.
All right. I don't know why you sent a guest request. Let's go into the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18. I'm actually from the UK, though, but I'm actually quite interested in US politics.
Cool. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Push that mustache. Thank you. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump, everyone. We are going to get someone up here in a second. I don't know why Dean left before we could get someone up here. It's kind of rough. That's kind of rough, everyone. Hopefully we can get someone up, though. Yeah, appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much, Kayla. All right. Let's try this next person real quick. This is just going to kill the live. I don't know why he did that. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh my Jesus Christ. We're not going to find someone for like 5 minutes. Watch this shit, chat. This is what happens when Dean leaves the live. Just like, there's like no guess. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 24.
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why'd you vote Trump?
Because your guys' lives suck.
Is that actually the reason?
I mean, you guys like to promote Kamala, but Why would I listen to someone who's racist and then
Me?
tries to sell
You think
crypto?
I'm
Dean,
racist?
Dean.
Oh, okay. So okay.
And he also
How is he?
sells
So do you
crypto
think Trump is
scam
racist,
courses.
Gage? Gage, do you think Trump is
No.
racist? Okay, so
Nope.
why is Dean racist?
Because his Instagram.
What about his Instagram?
I'm not gonna say what he said.
You can. Are you referencing when he was younger, him saying the N word?
Yeah, but he also sold
Yeah,
a
this has been
crypto like
addressed.
scam course.
Yeah, he said slurs in the past when he was a kid, right? And he's grown up and changed, and he's specifically educated himself, apologized, done better, and actively advocates against these things now, right? We need to acknowledge that, right? People need to acknowledge that these things are bad, and they need to address these behaviors, and then actively advocate against these behaviors, right? And get the people around them to educate themselves as well about those types of issues. So Dean did exactly what you're supposed to do in that scenario. You're supposed to apologize and be the better person. Now, Donald Trump's never done those things. Donald Trump hasn't apologized and tried to be a better person and actively advocated against racism. He's continually perpetuated racism throughout his entire life. And for you to acknowledge what he said specifically as a kid, right, specifically as racist, but not what Donald Trump did throughout his entire life, like specifically not renting to black people, right, calling black people black with the S at the end, saying that they have a trait of laziness. Right, that's insane as fuck. Literally calling for the execution of the Central Park Five. He popularized the birther movement, you know, specifically saying that Barack Obama was born in Africa and Kenya specifically, right? Because he's black and because even though he has a birth certificate of like him being born in the United States, he said that Kamala Harris turned black, indicating that she wasn't black prior. Right, clearly demeaning her. He also created this particular idea that people say her name incorrectly, purposefully. By the way, he knows how to say her name correctly. He's known her for decades, and he chooses to say her name incorrectly so that people specifically, right, throughout society, don't specifically know how to say her name or might mistake her saying her name specifically as a microaggression. So he perpetuated microaggressions effectively. So you're going to sit here, you're going to call Dean racist, but you won't call Donald Trump racist, and it highlights your utter hypocrisy.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen what?
Donald Trump being racist.
Dude, did you hear anything I just said, Gage?
Yeah, but why do I need to listen to you?
Dude, are you trolling? You sound like an idiot.
Like, why? So why would I listen to you guys, especially Dean, when he used to sell a crypto scam course?
Are you trolling?
God, you just don't know what you're talking about. I never sold a crypto scam course.
Crypto
dummy.
scam course is crazy.
That's crazy. If you're curious on what I did, so I'm a professional website developer, and I have been for years. In fact, I have 2 international accreditations from it. I am very good at what I do. I've scaled like 7-figure e-commerce companies as a creative director working behind the scenes. So when I was 17, a little bit immature, I decided that I wanted to try to find a new cutting way to sell my cool web design that actually made people money. So
I'm actually serious. It's kind of funny, chat. Like,
Yeah,
it is really funny because he was like an Andrew Tate. Dude,
Yeah,
at the time,
and I copied
it's
Andrew Tate's marketing
It's really
techniques.
funny. Him sitting. You got to show the video. Honestly, it's like really
so
funny.
no,
I
it's
think
so
it'd be
fucking
hilarious.
funny. It's hilarious, right? And like I have like no like qualms with talking about it because it wasn't immoral. It was just cringy as shit, you know. Like I was building people,
Dude, it's like next level cringe, bro. It is
it's
like
so
so funny.
It's that's like by far the funniest thing ever.
Jesus Christ.
Should we pull it up? Should I pull up the video? Pull up the audio.
Maybe sometime that'd be funny.
Yeah. Here, I'm eating. If you want to just.
Yo,
like,
hello,
for the
I
next
vote
couple
for
minutes.
Trump.
Yo, it's how old are you?
I'm 21. I voted for Trump.
Yeah, why'd you vote Trump?
Cause he a real nigga. Y'all niggas cry about it, alright? He won already, alright? So
Oh my god, that is disgusting. Go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Yo, it's a how old are you? Push that had mustache. Alright, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. Let's get this next person up here. Dean is literally eating right now. Alright, everyone, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest. Well, they were driving anyway. Appreciate the hat mustache. Thank you so much. If you want to support Dean, RI, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio. Wilma, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it. And Laura, thank you so much for the $1. Gerard, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you for the $5. And Bethany, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it, everyone. I appreciate it. Let's get this next person up here real quick. By the way, everyone, my fucking main account is still cooked. I haven't tried it today, but Dean, randomly your shit worked today. I don't know what's going on. Let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. It's not accepting this person. Let me try the next. Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. All right. Nathan, did you vote Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Because I thought he was a lot better person.
What state do you live in?
Kansas.
Kansas? Really? What state? What's the capital of Kansas?
Is it Wichita?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Look at me.
I just I know they're not going to be able to say it correctly, so I love asking that question. It's so fun. All right.
So Parker, the capital of Kansas is actually Topeka. The only reason I asked you that question was to see if you knew it, and you
I don't know.
Failed.
I don't know. I don't say I live in fucking Kansas. I don't live in Kansas. Is it? I don't fucking know what it is. I have no clue.
I successfully have gaslighted 10,000 people into believing that I knew the capital of Kansas.
Dude, I had no clue, bro. I had no clue.
All right, we got our next guest loading up right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Sammy, did you vote Trump?
Katie, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, and Phoebe, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo as well. Thank you, Katie and Phoebe.
Okay, all right, let's get this next person up here. Dean, since I've been up here, we've gotten literally one person to barely talk to. The guest box has been working incredibly. Christy, thank you so much for the $5. All right. What is going on? Only send a guest request if you did vote Trump. We are just looking for some debates.
Want to say one? Oh, hello.
Yo, Tricked, did you vote Trump?
Trump, yes, sir, I sure did.
Why so?
We already had 4 years of him running, and I would just say my life was a lot better under Trump. I just felt economy-wise, international relations, everything just seemed a hell of a lot better.
Okay, so what did he do to make it better?
I think, just the way everything was, the cost of everything, energy, fuel, it was just more stable until COVID hit.
Yeah, but what did he do to make it stable?
What did he do to make it stable? I can't even really answer that. All I can say is under Trump, it was just a lot better.
Okay. So do you remember what years was Trump president?
2017, it connected in 2021, something like that, 16 to 20.
Yeah, so he was president during COVID when there was 14.8% unemployment?
That's COVID. That has to do with COVID.
Oh, so now you identify external causes. Now it's not just what happened under the administration, right?
That's a pandemic that in our lifetime, I don't think we've experienced something of that magnitude.
Okay, so then why don't you acknowledge that when it comes to inflation with the Biden-Harris administration?
If inflation happened, if this was Trump's economy right now today, would you say it's a great economy? Would you guys be having these lives?
I say that there are good aspects and bad aspects, but I would say that it's better off now than it was in 2019 quarter four, in terms of real median wages and in terms of real GDP.
Overall, I think most people can tell you that groceries and energy bills are just are outrageous. And if
Okay.
it was Trump's economy, I just don't see you guys promoting it as a great economy if this was Trump. But since
Well,
it's
you want to know
Biden,
what's going to make
Kamala,
it even worse? Tariffs. Tariffs will cause your prices of gas and groceries and clothing and everything you buy to go up in price.
well, you only say that now because you lost.
No, I say that. I said that before, right? Any economist says that, right? That's not just me. That's every
No,
economist. Literally every
because
economist.
before Kamala,
Kamala.
oh, yeah, whatever. Before
No, her
she,
name's Kamala.
okay, before she lost, you were blowing smoke up everybody's ass, saying that she's the greatest thing ever. It doesn't make no sense how you just flip
Never
flop
said
like
she was the
that.
greatest thing ever, but she is a way better candidate than Trump. It's not even fucking close.
Come on, Parker, you're on video saying that she was the best. She is the greatest, way better than Trump. You
Yeah,
said it.
I do. I do think she's way better than Trump. She's the best candidate we had at the time. I still stand behind that.
I mean, it was before her. Biden was the best. You were saying that he would run circles around Trump. That he would do a hell of a lot better on the economy. You really was blowing smoke up everybody's ass, Parker.
I'm
You
back.
Do you
really
want to
was.
give me a response, like an actual response? I think I just said because the economy is better now than what it was then, objectively by those measures.
Oh, we're so back.
And that's your opinion. I mean, are
No,
you
it's not.
talking
That's
about
the
like,
facts.
oh, like
You
just
sit there
like
and you deny the facts. Like, what are you talking about?
no, Parker. I mean, you get a dollar here, you get a dollar, from all your supporters. I'm talking about the average person out there working. They go buy
Like shows
groceries. They
Parker.
Yeah,
pay
I
their
am
electric
too.
bill.
I said real median wage, dude. Did you listen to me? That's accounting for inflation, and I'm looking at the middle wage of Americans. What are you talking about? What measure are you using to identify what's going on for working people? Are you just saying because you
Oh,
feel like it, because things are around you? No, that's not representative of other states in the United States. What state do you live in?
I'm in Texas.
Do you think Texas is representative of the entirety of the United States? You think you can
Not at
identify
all.
that without looking at the economic data?
Not at all.
No, you can't. So the economic data is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at real median wages. Tell me what measure.
What measure?
Yeah, what measure?
I'm just saying overall in general in life. Everybody coast to coast is going to tell you. Everybody
Overall,
coast
so
to
real GDP. If we look at real GDP, went up every year under the Biden-Harris administration. Highest levels now than ever before of any country ever. Okay, and you're not going to acknowledge that.
Parker,
That's not enough.
there's nothing that you can say that the average American isn't feeling it right now today.
Wait,
There's
how are they
nothing
feeling it? How are they feeling
You
it? How are
can
they feeling
you
They
it?
were
can
feeling
blow
it
smoke.
before. You just didn't acknowledge the issues. A majority of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck and couldn't afford a random $400 expense. That's how it is been in America. People can't afford healthcare. They can't afford housing. That's already been problems in the United States. And you've only acknowledged these problems because of Democrats in office. What are you talking about?
You're crazy, Parker.
You guys act like these
Everybody,
problems don't exist
everybody,
whenever Trump's president. These problems
fuel
have
price,
existed the entire time.
fuel prices, and their electric bills, and their groceries, and the
Yeah, and you're
international
saying those problems
relations.
didn't exist before? You're saying
The
people didn't have an
the
issue with paying for
the
things
the
before?
the blown open border. Everything is to shit. But Trump's in office now, and pay
Okay, so name me
attention
one thing
now
the Biden-Harris administration did that you think is bad.
that the Biden administration did that I think is bad.
Yeah, name me one thing.
I mean, I just named you 5 different things real quick. I mean,
One
it's
thing. Give
all
me one
Biden
policy.
one policy that's bad. I mean, the
That's good.
open
No,
borders.
the Trump passed. That's good. Sorry.
That one policy that Trump passed. Trump's not in office yet. Give him a chance to get back in
You're in
office.
his first 4
One.
years. Man.
One.
Holy shit.
Parker.
You can't name one.
One policy of what are you talking about? Like for his next second.
Anything. Just anything.
Hold on, Parker. I'm having
A
lunch right now.
single.
So I'm
A
trying to.
single policy.
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Unreal. Also, Parker, I
I
was
mean,
thinking that we do battles later tonight so I could raid you.
Okay, we can do it.
Hey, I had a question between Parker and Dean. Which one's the receiver? Be honest.
Dude, he has
Oh,
no
wait,
argument.
I
He's
could answer this.
homophobic.
I could answer
Like,
this
what?
question. I could answer this. I have a question.
Go,
Be
go, go.
honest.
Be honest. Be honest, Dean. Be
What
honest.
time on Saturday morning did you write the Wattpad fanfic?
I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Why are you?
What
you
time
don't need
on
to tell us
Saturday
about your
morning?
fantasies, bro? I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
time
Like,
on Saturday morning did you write the Wattpad fanfic?
I didn't hear you. Say that again, Dean.
Oh, I think that you heard me.
You don't remember me, Dean? You don't remember me?
He
I
did
don't.
write it. Yeah, we do remember.
You don't remember me,
Yeah.
Dean? Come on, Dean.
What was
You
the
don't
person's
remember.
name who wrote it, Dean?
who wrote the Wattpad fanfic?
Yeah, it was him, right?
Yeah, it was this guy.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Dean, you don't remember?
Anya, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Anya.
Why is it so weird that why instead of responding to any of the arguments we provided, did you just ask that question? Like that was such a random question.
Because that's what he thinks about, bro. The conservative, quote unquote, straight guys that voted for Trump are never beating the allegations. You remind me a lot of this guy that I had come up on my stream. Yeah, you remind me of this guy that came up on my stream like 2 days ago and asked how many peepees I could fit in my booty. It's just like, god damn,
I'm like, why
man.
are you asking that, bro?
Like fuck, bro. Holy shit. Like truly, I cannot believe this. Like, it is you. Right?
It's because everybody knows y'all are fudge packers.
Courtney, thank you for the $15 on PayPal.
No, we're not doing with that. That's just straight homophobia, bro. You're fucking weird, dude. You're fucking disgusting. Why do you think it's okay to stigmatize? Wait, why do you think it's okay to stigmatize gay people?
All right, I thank you for the $1 on Venmo.
Oh no, this is just. I'm not talking about other people in general. I'm talking about you and Dean.
But what the phraseology that you're using specifically is to demonize gay people.
Stop it.
Okay, that's what you're doing.
We're talking about you and Dean. You're talking.
No. Acknowledge what you just said.
No.
Do you want us to be gay?
No, you will.
Nessa, thank you for the subscription. So I'm like, I'm straight. You're like, no, you like guys. I'm like, I'm straight. You're like, no, you like guys. And then like some like other like conservatives will be like, you look so feminine and you like guys. I even saw a comment on some TikTok the other day that said, "Oh, it was a woman trapped in a man's body that looks so feminine like guys." Like you're just trying to like rationalize your attractions and project it. It's craziness. Juliana, I appreciate you for the $1. We're gonna go and move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do be patient while we are getting our next guest up in the box, y'all. We got them loading in right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you do want to support me, thank you. My Venmo, my PayPal would be in my bio. Thank you guys so much for the love. What's going on? May the 4th be with you. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I voted for Donald Trump.
Oh, why would you do that?
By the way, dude, my guest works, but my fucking host doesn't. That's so fucking weird.
What do you mean?
Like the guest algorithm works. Like it's not affecting it negatively at all.
You're
if
totally
anything.
good. You're totally good. Hopefully the raid will help kind of boost it. But May the 4th, yeah. Why did you vote for Trump?
Several reasons. I voted for Donald Trump because I feel like he's going to be great at keeping America safe, doing a good job. Working with other countries and settling the ongoing wars. So I think that he'll take a diplomatic approach at.
We know he won't. He said that he wouldn't do that. Like, let's just take like Israel and Palestine, for instance. He said at a rally in New Brunswick, New Jersey, that he just wants to continue to give them money and weapons to destroy Palestine. And he even said that they probably should invade Iran. And then when Kamala Harris and Joe Biden advocated for a ceasefire, he violated the Logan Act, went to Netanyahu, and told him not to accept their diplomacy efforts. So it's like, man, you're wrong.
Well, I did hear him say that he wants them to finish the job. They want to finish off Hamas, finish the job. He said he's going to continue to give them weapons to defend themselves. And, it's Hamas that uses civilians to, shield themselves.
You're no longer justifying that he's going to achieve peaceful relations through diplomatic behaviors. Now you're just justifying why peaceful relations through diplomatic behaviors aren't the move and further conflict and violence is good. You've completely dropped your original claim that we'll see peaceful relations on the global scale, and now you're just sitting back and telling us why it's actually good for Israel to kill everyone. Dude, Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, well, he's going to give them the option to return the hostages. He's going to give them the option to have a peaceful ending to the war.
I don't think so. Because if he was going to give him the option for a ceasefire, why did he tell Netanyahu not to accept terrorists?
Not to accept what?
Not to accept our current administrations.
I don't think he had any influence on Netanyahu's decisions in this war.
DOJ disagrees, man. They're currently investigating him for a violation of the Logan Act for doing exactly that.
Yeah, I don't think
it was reported on by people in his own admin. Just look up Trump urges Netanyahu not to accept ceasefire.
Yeah,
this and that. Thank you for the $6 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love.
That I don't believe there was any truth to that.
Okay, yeah, just denying reality so you could uphold your conspiratorial
Well, it
nonsense.
was
That's typical.
It was. I remember when it was reported by a couple news outlets that weren't really reliable sources. They didn't have anything but an anonymous source. They didn't have any real.
And thank you for the $1 on Venmo. So the DOJ success rate within the proceedings is 97%. They only accept a case if they know they're going to win. Why did they start investigating Trump for a violation of the Logan Act?
I don't think that Donald Trump's going to be charged with anything coming into office.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously the fact that the DOJ investigates it at all, right, shows that it's not an unreliable source.
Well,
if the DOJ is investigating it and have pending charges, of course it was a reliable source.
Well, that's not something I saw in my news cycle. You know, I remember when it was first reported that. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I got a phone call. I remember when it was first reported, but I have an echo.
It's like a delay too.
Where'd he go? I don't think he meant to left. He probably just swiped out or something.
Meant to leave.
Meant to leave. Sorry.
Meant to left is crazy.
Sorry, bro. I'm a little tired today. I'm a little tired. Don't know where he went. Okay, all right. I guess we're gonna move on to our next guest. Feel free to hop back in the queue. He says in the chat that he's trying to come back. It looks like he didn't mean to leave. Brianna, thank you for the $10 on Venmo saying get him. Thank you for the love, Brianna. Everybody do show some love to Brianna. All right, chat. I'm actually going to have my mods blow up all of your houses. Let's get real.
Yo, Dean, you're going to get banned for that.
Let's get real,
in a
chat.
video game, chat. In a video game. We're talking about in Minecraft. In Minecraft houses. Minecraft houses.
And Fortnite.
No, Minecraft. Minecraft is so much better.
Yeah, I see myself on Fox News tomorrow. Terrorist threat coming from 20-year-old crazy libbed out TikTok influencer.
I hope that happens.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Parker and Dean went on Fox News?
Oh, that'd be fun. Laura, thank you for the $2 on PayPal. I need some more notoriety, man. I'll go on Fox
Actually,
News.
you know what? We should try to do something like that where we both go on at the same time, and it's just like us on a panel of fucking Fox hosts.
Fuck him up, yeah. What's up, Waffle? Did you vote for Trump?
What up? I did.
Why did you do that?
I think he's a better candidate overall.
I know. I mean, that's kind of implied, given that you voted for him. So why do you think he's a better candidate overall?
I'd say better for the economy, better like leadership skills, and those two for now, yeah.
I disagree with both of those. Why do you think he's better for the economy? Is he just a good businessman?
I'd say like they were designed to stimulate growth, his policies. And before the pandemic, his tax cuts helped lower corporate tax rates and encourage businesses to invest more domestically. And it led to higher wages and job growth.
You actually just lied. And I could debunk it with a study, but that was really well worded, and I could appreciate you for that. But it's a lie. So if you just look up Brookings study 2017 TCGA, you'll actually see how prior to the pandemic, the TCGA led to no increase in domestic business investment on the macro scale, which like word for word, bar for bar, completely refutes what you just said. Like you literally just made the claim that before the pandemic, the TCGA decreased corporate tax rates, which led to increased business investment, which introduced more jobs into America. That claim was analytically debunked by Brookings study. And Savannah, thank you so much for the $15 on Venmo. I do appreciate you for the love, Savannah. Everybody do show some love to Savannah in the chat.
Look at the evidence, like in those studies, though, because many reports, including from the Congressional Research Services and others, show that tax cuts didn't lead to expected levels of business investment. So actually, a large portion of the corporate tax savings was used for stock buybacks rather than reinvestment in workers or infrastructure. So that promised trickle-down effects didn't materialize on a macro scale. However, wage growth didn't really outpace inflation for most Americans. So while the attention was there, the actual impact was mixed, and it's important to acknowledge that when discussing performances like that.
So you actually just read off a paragraph from ChatGPT that proved me right.
Oh, but look. So
like in the paragraph that you just read off of ChatGPT, it literally said word for word that it didn't lead to any increase in business investment on the macro scale, and typically like CEOs and boards would just buy back stocks.
I don't have AI, but I do want to respond to as well. That being said,
did you write it out beforehand then?
No, I'm responding to you in late time. I don't have AI.
I don't. I think you're lying.
Oh, okay. But my other point would be too, as before time. This
Because
is so different.
if you were like actually just responding to me in real time, then like you would debunk what I just said, and you wouldn't just like move on to the next point.
We'll respond to that though as well too. So in the beginning of time and existence, though, there was man, and we were there in the cosmos, and we created the reality. So that's why I'm correct.
I actually think you were right.
So
You did
before,
get off. Wow.
What's that, Parker?
You should be able to go further into that. Like if you said that, you should be able to go further into that. To be totally honest with you, I totally agree with Dean there. Why can't you go further into that?
So our skin is a cosmic antenna to the cosmos.
Okay, now he's trolling. He's trolling. He's definitely trolling.
Wait.
God, I swear to God, the most.
Wow, I actually didn't even realize that, Dean. You caught that without me seeing it.
Without what?
I did not see that he read that. I just thought that was a normal response.
Oh yeah, no, I totally read that. I'd say that the funniest trolls are like the most creative, like just jumping from Chat GPT.
It's funny. It's funny how he was trying to make a more sophisticated point than like 95%.
I know. No, yeah. No, you did. Like Chat GPT will give you a more sophisticated point than like
Jesus Christ,
like 19 out of 20. Yeah, like so the first thing he said, I was like, wow, that was like incredibly well worded. Or if that was true, that would be a good argument insofar as why the TCGA was good economic policy, right? It was great, man. But yeah, Chat GPT and wrong. We're going to move on to our next guest here, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. Appreciate you for the love. We're going to get our next guest up in the box. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I won't be on for too much longer, by the way. I only planned 4 hours, and we're at about 3 hours and 20 minutes. So, you want to hang out for another 40 minutes?
3 hours, bro?
Yeah, I went live early today. I did. But that was my plan. I really wanted to get off early today. So chat, yesterday I took the day off because my mental health was like literally so bad. And I thought that maybe it was bad because I'm on live all day and the sun is going down earlier because of like winter and daylight saving times, etc. So whenever I end up getting off live and going outside, the sun's gone. There's no sunlight. People aren't out. It's dark. It's depressing. And I haven't been outside basking in the sunlight with like normal people in like weeks. Right, so like now I think I'm gonna start shifting my live schedule like earlier and earlier and earlier. So then when I get off, I have more time to like engage with society like a normal human does. But what's up, Corey?
No, hey, no, absolutely not. I didn't realize that's what the request was for. Kamala all day.
My bad. I appreciate you, Corey. Appreciate you, Corey.
Dude, I just feel like I'm weird.
You are. Like I can't do what you do. Like cause like
yeah, I'm just weird, bro.
Because like you just kind of like chill inside all day and then like hang out with the girlfriend like later in the night sometimes, right?
Yep.
And like that doesn't like impact you at all.
No.
Like just not ever seeing sunlight.
I could never see sunlight and I'd be fine.
See, like that's just crazy to me. Maybe I don't know why, but like I feel like that actually.
You know what makes me sad? What makes me really sad is like when the TikTok algorithm doesn't work. That's honestly like that's one of like my biggest things is that like I know it's like some glitch in the TikTok algorithm and I know it's not me.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that annoys me.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, me too, man. It's pretty bad. I'm happy that this stream's working out. It looks like the chat split 50-50. Some people are like, same Dean, same. Someone's like, I feel that, Parker. Anyways, Cassie, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so
Thank you for the sunglasses.
just a minute. I didn't vote for Trump. I just have something really quick to say. That frustrates me. With a lot of the like liberal influencers on here.
Do we frustrate you?
Sometimes. What I want to say basically is I feel like one of the points that weren't made before the election is how important it is to not allow Trump to win because of the replacement of the Supreme Court justices.
I did talk about this.
Okay, I haven't heard you say it. I just wanted to make that a point.
That's a big point, dude. If they
we would say that all the time with Roe versus Wade.
Everyone's like, Trump, it's 4 years.
Cassie, we talk about this all the time with the Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to say because I feel like it doesn't get brought up enough.
I mean, I will say in like legacy media and mainstream media sources, it wasn't nearly talked about enough. So, hey, I agree with you, Cassie.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
that's it, though. Thank you.
Bye. Moving on to our next guest. All right. We got the Prophet loading up in. Look at that. The Prophet. Hi, Mr. Prophet.
Yo. Oh, shit.
What color are my socks?
Blue.
Oh, they're black. Get out of here, you fake prophet.
Yeah.
Katie, thank you for the $10 on Venmo.
Fuck. No, I was hoping that he was. I was hoping that he was the true one.
Katie, thank you for the $10 donation on Venmo. Everybody, please show some love to Katie down below in the chat. Oh man, I'm sorry. I have too much fun with this shit sometimes, guys. I'm getting too comfortable. You know, I've been like seeing like a lot of videos blowing up about me, like being more unhinged after the election. Is the reporting true, chat?
My kid just yelled.
Oh,
Yeah, you're good.
Hi.
So did you vote Trump?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why so?
You have like, seriously have like $15,000 sitting on your passenger seat right now if Harris was elected with the increases in the child tax credit.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. So why
Because-
did you vote for Trump?
Because he's a better businessman.
Oh, okay. So can you name one good businessman with 6 bankruptcies other than Trump?
Gerard, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, saying that only
That
OGs
doesn't-
know I've always been unhinged. So real.
Okay, not everybody is like.
Katie?
So like not everybody is okay.
Is this
like,
Katie?
That doesn't matter. Like I don't care about that.
Is this Katie?
No.
We don't like you, Katie.
No, it's Kendall.
Oh no! I accidentally disconnected Parker. Okay, we're gonna go to move on to our next guest. Me and my homies don't fuck with Katie. She's like terrible, bro. I can't do it again. Definitely Katie. If you've seen the conversations with Katie before, then you know that she's insufferable. Who's Katie? Literally just like the most insufferable person that has been like coming on our lives for like months.
Stacy, thank you so much for the $5. Latasha, thank you so much for the $5. It just increasing the conflict. I don't really have any other thoughts on that. Neely, thank you so much for the $3.33. Thank you so much.
Hello, Cian. Did you vote for Trump? Cian. Okay, Cian didn't vote for Trump. Hey, I'm also gonna put it out there, guys. I got a cameo. If you want to order a custom video from me, I'm gonna be doing that after my streams today.
You're doing that? Is that a thing?
I've had Cameo for like months. I've just never advertised.
Hey, do y'all hear me?
And there's like a select.
Is that an
handful-
actual thing?
Yeah. And like, there's like a handful of people that'll find it. It'll be like a couple people like a month, and I've like really started to enjoy them. So now I think I'm gonna start advertising them.
No, I think that's cool.
They're like
I didn't even
personalized-
think that's a real thing.
No, like a lot of like personalized message to people for their birthdays, etc. I love it.
That's
it makes me
base.
feel Hey, what's going on, Dylan? How old are you?
Hey man, what's up?
How old are you?
I'm 18. This is my first election I voted in this year.
With $3 on Venmo.
Bridget, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did, but I actually want to bring up a point that I haven't heard anybody else talk about.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about abortion specifically, but I wanted to defend Donald Trump's position or his policy anyway.
Sure, do it.
So, I think that it's the best way to go about it, considering in either way you split it, it's about 50-50. The country,
it's actually
half the
not.
country wants it, half the country's for it, half the country's against it. Roughly,
63% of Americans agree with legal abortions.
Bio says he's 17.
Either way, that's not.
NC 17.
It also
I'm
says
sure
there's
he,
something on
like-
his name. Whatever. Honestly, if the whole chat wasn't spamming he's 17, I would have happily kept him up for conversation. We got some ops though.
Crazy Dean.
Dude, I think it's important to talk to like younger people.
Faith, thank you so much
especially,
for the
like,
$5 for you should make a cameo.
Like-
I'll think about it.
I'd say that 17-year-old white guys are like very important to try to get on the right path right now. Me, I appreciate you for the $10 on Vim. I appreciate you for the love. What's
guys,
up,
how you
Corey?
doing?
Hey, what's up, man? Did you vote for Trump?
Did you vote Trump?
I did. One point I just want to talk about real quick. Why I joined the live, actually. You were talking about abortion with one of the guys. I do agree. I'm pro-choice. That's one of the things I don't agree on when it comes to Trump's policies or Republicans as a whole. But overall, you say that the rights of the man are taken away for those 9 months when it comes to the kid, because it's in the woman's body. I agree with that. However, my stance on that is, if you're using an abortion as, like, I met a guy at a bar, one thing led to another, I don't think I'm ready to be a parent.
Watch this.
It's early. I need to get out of there.
Watch this. Are
Do
you
you
ready?
think the guy also has a right to say if the girl wants to keep it, like,
No.
I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to have to pay child support.
No, if it's born, you got to pay child support. You have an obligation. If you leave your semen inside of a woman and that results in a pregnancy, guess what? You are responsible for whatever happens next.
Well, okay,
and if that
so
child is
at the same
born, you
time-
have an obligation to provide to it, just like the mother will.
Okay, but at the same time, if she can get an abortion not due to rape or grape, incest,
Savannah, think of the
anything
$5.
like that,
Yes, you
health
absolutely would.
issues,
And Amber, think of the $10. Thank
if
you so much.
she
I
can get
appreciate
it just because she thinks she made a mistake, why does the guy have to be held liable for his end if she doesn't have to be held liable for her end?
You can sign your rights away.
I mean, you could say if she agrees.
Yeah, she has
but-
to agree. That's the thing,
But like, here's my take,
Okay.
Corey.
So you understand that you would have an obligation once it's sentient, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying if she can get the abortion to get out of that,
It's unfair
doesn't the
for
guy have
men.
a scapegoat as well?
It's unfair for men, but you really got to suck it up and deal with it. Because in order to give a man a control over the future states of that fetus, you are by virtue giving the man control over the woman. If pregnancy occurred via like some spawned in glowing orb that was connected to the bodies of both the man and the woman, then you're right, both the man and the woman would have equal say over the fetus. But too bad, too sad, that's not how pregnancy happens in reality. In reality, pregnancy occurs in a woman's uterus, and giving man any control or say over that fetus for the 9 months it is within the mother's uterus is by virtue giving man control over the woman. Not to mention that that's also not what you and a woman consent to when you're engaging in intercourse. Corey, every single time you've engaged in intercourse in your life, what has the woman consented to?
No. Yeah, you brought up that point earlier. You consent to the having sex part, not the having the kid part. But
It's
shouldn't
not
be
even
the
just
same for
having the kid
guys
part,
as well.
but the woman's also just not consenting towards like giving the man control over her body for 9 months.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's what it should be, but all I'm saying is if females are using abortion for that issue and not for the issue that is argued about, I feel like there should be some way where a guy could sign his rights, like Parker was saying, but without the female consent, because I feel like they don't need the consent for the abortion.
Are you
I'm
just
totally
scared of
fine with that. I'm
responsibility?
totally fine with that.
Just be
but
more responsibility where you put your dick, bro. Like,
I have no kids. I have no kids.
Just
I'm
be
good.
just
I'm
be more
29 years old.
responsible.
All I'm
right?
saying is that when it comes to the
use
equal parts
protection,
of that, it should be equal.
right? Watch where you're putting your dick. Wrap it up, right? Stay safe, right? That is your responsibility as a man, right? And honestly, I don't want to hear, right, men complaining about having a special, unique responsibility that only men have and women don't. Because what about all the responsibilities that women have that men don't, that for some reason men never talk about and typically disrespect the hell out of? Thank you so much for the subscription.
Well, yeah,
like
but
at the end of the day, like, yeah, man, life's not fair. This is a responsibility that men have that women don't, because the fetus is not growing inside of your body, right? And we won't allow men to have control over women's bodies, so suck it the fuck up. It's not a
I
logical
don't think
contradiction.
men should have control over the woman's body. I think where my point comes from is, in a world where we're trying to get equality more recognized, something like that should be brought up if abortion is to be legalized, as you can get it if you make a mistake, how I explained.
No, that grants inequities because it's giving men control over women's bodies.
No, just sign away.
He left.
Banned?
He didn't even get banned. No.
Oh, that's interesting. Everyone, do tap that screen. Let's get to 2.5 million likes. Share the live as well. We're going to get out to more people.
It's like my least favorite argument ever. We're going to move on to our next guest, y'all. Everybody just do give us a minute. I think I'm going to go to the gym when I get off. Looking forward to that. Oh, yeah.
Nice. What time are you going to get off?
Let's see. It's 2:32, another 30 minutes.
All right.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
Why did you do that?
Well, several other reasons. Other than, I just wanted to ask you guys if you guys watched the G
Later
Summit
tonight.
meeting that was on the 18th. Did you guys see that?
Say that again.
Did you guys watch the G Summit meeting with Biden and all the world leaders recently?
Like just recently? No, I didn't.
You guys didn't see that, where the world leaders walked off stage without taking a picture with Biden? Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see that. Would you?
Yeah, you
would
should
you like
look
to
that
show a
up.
link?
It's quite interesting.
Okay. Is there
The
like a
world-
point to this?
Yeah, the world was supposed to be laughing at us because Donald Trump was our world leader.
They did.
And the world is, yeah, right. And did you guys show me a video of the world stage leaders walking off when Trump was
Yeah,
around?
Justin Trudeau, Emmanuel Macron,
No.
and,
It was the
and Boris Johnson
entire-
specifically laughed at
was the-
Donald Trump.
yeah,
and so
look
as
at
far
this.
as that Donald Trump saw
You're
it,
gonna
Baby
say
Rachel left the
Justin
event.
Trudeau. That's your
Justin
analogy?
Trudeau, Boris Johnson, and Emmanuel Macron.
That's your analogy? Is Justin Trudeau the most
That's
liberal
Canada.
cocksucker
That's Canada,
ever
France, and
to
the
walk
UK.
the face?
Canada, France, and the UK.
Dude,
What are you doing, bro?
I'm working. You guys should try it sometime.
Well, we don't have a
working
job?
right now.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys do. I'm just.
Hey, we're doing this right now.
Yeah. This is our job.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to be a dick. That was kind of fucked up. So I apologize for that. But no, I'm just wondering. Like, you guys are always saying all this shit about the world's laughing at us because of Trump, but I mean that's the biggest slap in the face on the world stage.
I'm still waiting for this source.
It,
Right?
it was on C-SPAN. I actually saw it 10 minutes ago.
And I don't even think that's
Okay.
big of a deal. Like, this guy's been president for 4 years. How many summits have
No,
we had?
wait till you
Any more
pull
pictures?
up the video. It's bad. Like, they're all the reporters are like, wait for Biden, and he's walking out behind the bushes like a decrepit old man. And he's like trying to get up there, but he can't because
Okay. So why did you vote for Trump?
for the reasons I just stated.
Well, this happened recently.
I know, but like everybody with a lick of sense has known that Biden's an old, decrepit piece of shit.
Wait,
And
but
it's
Biden
only
wasn't
been-
running. Wait.
No, he was running.
If your standard, insofar as like
Go ahead.
who you want to vote for, is just based upon who's like less old and less decrepit, who's less old and less decrepit? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Well, then I don't use that standard.
Yeah, you don't use that standard.
Wait a minute. Hold on, I was letting you finish.
Shit,
I was letting you
we
finish.
literally gonna just turn it all right back on you now.
So no, that's great. So why couldn't she distinguish? If she's a better candidate, why couldn't she distinguish other than I have a policy about a $25,000 housing budget that would never
there's
get
also
approved?
a child tax credit, right? $6,000.
Hold on, you asked me. Let me respond,
$3,600
please.
for them being 5 years old, $3,000 for them being 18, $50,000 tax deductible for small business in the first year of them
is
starting
why
out. You can reference
you
other policy.
guys
You only said there was one
lost.
policy.
You don't listen to anyone outside.
I
of
did
your
just
own
listen, and I
echo
gave you a
chamber.
response.
You did. I was in the middle of my sentence, bro.
Yeah, you said there was only one policy. That's a fucking
No,
terrible
I said
position.
she couldn't articulate a single policy outside those three
She articulated
policies.
those policies I just mentioned. Where do you think I got them from?
Outside of those three policies.
Yes, she did. Oh,
What?
those three. Okay, so now, we could reference expansions to the
That's
ACA.
what I said.
We could
We're
reference
talking
$2,000
over me.
cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket. Now, tell me Trump's healthcare plan. Tell me his childcare plan. Tell me his housing affordability plan. What are the three? Tell me.
Or his immigration plan, his plan for mass deportation, or his plan to pay for his tax
I want him
cuts.
to. I want to address those. What are those three plans?
Sorry,
Healthcare, housing
you're both
affordability, and
talking to me. I'm
childcare.
trying. Okay, go ahead. Well, let's just do one at a time so we can stay on.
Any
top.
of them? Give me any three.
No, say them again. So I
Healthcare. What's his healthcare plan?
Okay.
What's his childcare plan? And what's his housing affordability plan?
So you guys want to talk about how she implemented the insulin? Trump did that in his first term.
Whoa! I
No,
didn't even talk
no,
about
no.
the
You guys are
$35
talking
cap on
about
insulin.
healthcare.
I said, what are the three plans?
Because, dude, I'm trying to answer your question, and
Go
you
ahead.
keep talking over me.
Diana, thank you
I'm
for the
trying
$10
to be
on
civil.
Venmo, saying the walkout was during the Israeli Prime Minister's speech. Oh.
No, it wasn't, dude. You guys have yet to pull that up. By the way, it was on the world stage. I think it's in my profile. I don't know if I uploaded it yet, but if you could look on my profile, I believe I posted it before I got on the live. But
I'm waiting.
What?
What are
Okay.
the three
Well, sorry.
plans?
You're saying three. He just. Oh my god. Okay. So his healthcare plan that actually Kamala and Biden took credit for about the insulin, Trump had already implemented that in 2000, I believe it was 2017. He had already got the ball rolling on that. Don't roll your eyes at me.
No, you're talking about only for certain aspects of Medicare, and that's a $35 cap on insulin. I'm talking about his health care plan for this next administration. You're not giving me that.
I know, but I was just talking
That's
about
not even a health care plan.
And even about that specific
come
claim,
on. Let me speak.
Even about that specific claim, so you're right. Like, he did push for a $35 cap on insulin, but it was
Right.
not enforceable. What Biden and Harris did is with the American Rescue Plan. Sorry, or which I don't know. I think
I don't remember the name of it, but we both know what we're talking about.
The Inflation Reduction Act.
It was the Inflation Reduction Act. They enacted an enforceable cap on insulin. But would you go back now and please answer Parker's question insofar as what Donald Trump's plan for healthcare is for the next 4 years?
So I think now that Trump has the Senate and the House, he was unable, in his first term, he was unable to renegotiate the Obama's health care plan. I can't think of the abbreviation of what it's called, but we both know ACA. So would you guys agree that the ACA is actually hurting healthcare right now?
Are you trolling? What's the plan?
I'm just asking.
What's the plan?
I'm getting to the premise here, buddy.
No,
Just
what's
give me
the
a
fucking
minute.
plan?
So now that he has, so Trump openly admitted that he didn't have like good government experience in his first run as president, right? And this all comes to full circle. So just give me a second. He openly stated on Joe Rogan's podcast that he was new to government and he listened to a lot of people that he shouldn't have. He owned that in that podcast. Would you guys agree?
Yaponomics, dude. Yaponomics.
Dude, it's not.
Dude, you still haven't told us the plan. It's crazy.
I'm trying to get there. Originally when he went after ACA, he did not know how the government functioned. He didn't have good people around him. Now that he does, I do believe he will. And you know what? Honestly, he hasn't implemented any new plan. He's also still president-elect, so he still has time for that.
I mean,
Anything
typically,
he
like
does
policy
will be better
platforms
than
are supposed to
ACA.
be done before the election.
You're right.
For the best informed
You know what?
electorate, for the
You're
best
right. You're
decision to be
absolutely
made.
right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
So you
when
agree
he does
has
come out with
concepts
something,
of a plan that are not clear.
so when he does come out with something and it is better and it does help the American people,
He has no plan. Okay, so what you just told us is he has no plan.
He
That's what you just
hasn't
said.
openly. Okay.
I'm gonna get to it, but then I'm gonna tell you that he has no plan.
Yeah, the
And then
sophistry
he'll
is
get
pretty
to
low.
it.
No, I was making a point about how ACA was bad and how Kamala Harris was taking the insulin plan that he was trying to implement, and then they stole it from him.
Which is
and he never
irrelevant to
did.
you telling me what his healthcare plan is. Because you just said he doesn't have a plan.
I can't just make up. I can't just read
can't
the
make one up
article
because he
off
doesn't
the
have
top
one.
of my head.
You can't
and
tell me what it is
what
because
the
he doesn't have one.
legislation is.
Now, what's his housing
But I'm saying
affordability plan?
He didn't need to make one.
Mercedes,
He didn't
thank you
make
for
the
the
economy
$5
better.
on Venmo.
He
He's
didn't
already
need to make a
done
housing
that.
affordability plan.
better.
What's
Hey,
his child
you
care
guys,
plan?
I'm sure you guys have crypto, right?
Hey, Boyne, what's his child care plan?
You guys have crypto,
What's
right?
his child care plan? No crypto.
No crypto. So then you have no idea what has happened to crypto in the past 13 days.
What's his child care plan?
BTC markets. Ethereum's up to like.
He's already said he was going to
4,200.
give. He already said that he was going to give a child credit of I think it was $3,500.
Nope, he only 2,000. No
So-
child care plan.
So what is it right now?
2,000.
Okay, so it's not any
So
different,
he's not
right?
going to increase it. So what's his child care plan?
No, because he's gonna reduce the overtime pay on taxes.
What's his child
Right?
care plan?
Tax no tax on tips.
Yeah, Project 2025.
And then
within
no
it,
federal income
Project
tax.
2025 within it says no overtime. Yeah, of course there's going to be no tax on
architect
overtime.
of
if there's no
Project
fucking overtime.
2025 openly stated that Trump had nothing to do with. I do
And
not
that's why
know why
Trump
you guys are
literally just
so
named the
hung
head
up
of the
on it.
FCC as one of the co-authors of the chapter of the FCC from Project 2025. One
So
of the
what is the-
co-authors of Project 2025 is going to be on the next Trump administration. What are you talking about?
What did
What do you
Project
mean?
20?
What are you saying?
What does Project 2025 have anything to do with the FCC?
They have a chapter on the FCC within Project 2025 on how to engage with the FCC, and Donald Trump is named right? What he wanted to do as the head of the FCC, right? Specifically, who was a co-author of Project 2025, right? Of that specific
What was this
chapter on the
co-author's
FCC.
name? What's this co-author's name?
Let me pull up their name real quick.
Okay. I haven't heard that yet, so that was interesting. I mean, Trump's cabinet is being picked at like breakneck speed, so it's hard to keep up with all of them and research them all. I'm not trying to like, it's just a lot. There's a lot going on. Are you guys gonna pull up that tape of the world leaders of the G20 walking off stage?
Yeah, Brendan Carr.
Brendan Carr. Who the hell is that?
He's a Project 2025 chapter author.
Is he in government or is he private sector or what is he?
He's worked with the Heritage Foundation to write Project 2025. You might have seen him before. It's this guy.
Let's see.
Dean, have you seen this guy before?
I haven't seen that guy before. I don't know who that is.
No, I have not.
So he's the one he just named.
He was one of the people that were like, "Oh, I'm not really scared that Trump's like going away from Project 2025 because he still believes in it."
But you guys will admit, though, that the actual author of Project 2025 did go on CNN and say that
This
Trump
guy's
had
a co-author.
I know, but you were.
He's literally on Trump's next administration. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the author, not a co-author of Project 2025, where he went on CNN after Kamala Harris said.
There are many authors. They're all co-authors.
After he said he was like the director of Project 2025. He was the man that accumulated all of the people to be authors, co-authors.
Who is this?
He went on CNN and he straight up
said. Who are
said,
you referencing?
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he went on CNN after Kamala Harris said on the debate stage, and this was on CNN, so it's not like some guy in a basement, it's a credible source. He went on there the Sunday after the debate, and they had him on, and they said, does Trump have anything to do? He said no. A lot of these people were already in Trump's administration. They had been in his previous circle before, in his orbit, but Trump had nothing to do with Project 2025.
Again, you keep claiming this, but we know that there is affiliation. One, because he added them onto the administration. Two, because he literally went to the Heritage Foundation saying that they're going to lay the groundwork for the next administration. We have people like Day Right Stuff, who was a part of Trump's administration, explicitly say that he was working with the Heritage Foundation to draft what the administration should look like should Trump win. Okay?
Well, that's what they're saying, but Trump gets to ultimately
You're saying this now,
decide that,
but then
right?
how? I bet whenever it's like clear that Trump did support Project 2025, right, and he's actually enacting some of this stuff, right, you're going to be like, oh, actually, it's good. What about it do you dislike? Watch it. We're going to see a real time switch.
In 2018, you also said that Trump colluded with Russia. If we had,
I didn't say that. So I did not say that ever.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things that we can say retroactively, proactively.
Yeah,
and
Debo, did you know that? Did you know that in 2018 I was a Trump supporter, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. What made you switch?
I took economics courses, right? I studied politics. I informed myself with like accurate information and not bullshit conspiracy theory. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I critically thought for the first time.
Yeah, Are you going to critically think of Trump ever being any if things do like turn around and Trump actually does do good for the country? Will you guys ever say that he's done
good? What good is he going to do?
God,
No, I'm just saying.
that's such an interesting question, Mary. Think about the $2 on PayPal. So basically, you're saying, well, if Trump, actually doesn't implement any of the policy he wanted to, but he rather becomes Jesus 2.0.
No, that's not how I premised the question. Don't twist my words. Let's be adults.
Sure, I will absolutely credit Trump for his successes, but it still doesn't mean that I think he should be a president. Because I think
I'm just wondering if you guys are willing to do that because there were some things.
I'll credit him for his successes under his first term. Right,
Do you
such
think
as the Right to Try
oh.
Act, such as
Nice.
the Right to Try Act was a really good thing he did. Bumping the age to buy vapes and cigs to 21 from 18. Oh, okay. Thank you for the $1 on Venmo. Etc.
Okay, that's two things.
It'll work.
So do you vape or smoke?
No, because I'm not 21.
So that doesn't relate to you at all, right?
Dean,
So
I gotta
something
show
that
you
would
what
relate
someone
to
just
you.
sent in the Discord.
No, I'm just wondering, is there anything that he has
This
done
just
that would
happened,
actually
Dean.
relate to you that did benefit you? No, it's an
I actually
honest
can't send
question.
it to you. I have no storage. Check my Discord real quick, Dean.
All
Go
right,
go to the lives, then scroll up
Go to the lives and
and look at
scroll
what
up. What am I looking
Pink
for?
Fluffy said. It's like a
Where's
picture,
Pink?
and you just see it. This just happened on the live.
Where's Pink Fluffy?
Scroll up, just on lives. Scroll up. It's literally at 1:46 p.m. It's literally like one of like the most
Okay, all right, buddy. All right, Pink Fluffy is an op. Pink Fluffy, you're a big op. You know what? Discord mods, ban him, Pink Fluffy.
What happened?
Don't worry about it.
You're not going to share?
Nothing. Don't worry. We can't.
Oh,
we can't.
all right.
No. We're
All right. Well, no, I was just wondering if there was something that actually pertained to you that he did that was good. No? Okay.
Sure, no.
Fair. It was just a question. So what is something that you think that Trump could do that would potentially be good for the overall state of America that he's talked about or not talked about?
Dude, no taxes on tips? No taxes on overtime, maybe?
Nice. Okay, that's good. Do you think the federal income tax, like eliminating that, is a good idea or a bad idea?
Bad
What
idea.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Very bad idea.
What do you mean? Why is that a bad idea?
Because we need a way to fund our federal government, first of all.
Yeah. So like
it's not going to be funded through taxes.
before we had
do you want to go back?
the-
Do you want to go back to 1920 with the tariffs?
Well, no, I was just saying before we had, the IRS, obviously
It
the
was earlier
government
than that,
wasn't
you
as
knew
big
it
as it
earlier.
is, and I think the way that Trump is going to make the government smaller is by getting rid of all the bullshit bureaucrats that we waste billions of dollars on. He's also said that he wants to make it so that there's term limits on the House and the Senate, which I think is good for all Americans. Do you guys agree
I mean,
on
if he
that?
said that, I'd agree with it.
He did say it. He said it like 3 days ago.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of these things that you guys don't necessarily hear that he does say.
I don't know.
But there is hold on.
I can't.
There's a whole lot of shit that he does say, and I would agree. I think we all can agree that it's a boatload of rhetoric, and I don't love that about Trump. I'm just being
I
openly
kind
honest.
of
You
want
guys are
Nancy
saying
Pelosi in office until she croaks. I'm not gonna lie.
right, or like, what's her name? Waters. What's her face? The Congress
Maxine
lady from-
Waters?
Maxine Waters. Yeah.
Okay.
I
well,
mean, there's a lot of
you-
them that are.
Do you have anything else you want to go over?
Well, my main question was I was wondering if you guys had seen that thing on the G7, and then also I was just curious to hear if you had any like positive things that you would like him that he had said that he would do.
I'm sorry, man. You're just trying to get us to gas up Trump. We allowed it to slide for a long time, but we're just gonna move on now. Appreciate you for coming up. If you do want to support me or Parker, our Venmo's, Cash Apps, and PayPals are in the bio, quite frankly. I'm going to get off here very, 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 very soon to go to the gym, which will be a whole lot of fun. And then I will be back on later tonight. Hello, Mayor of No Ass City. Hi. Did you vote for Trump?
Like my time. Hello?
No, he's not here. Sorry. I just completely... Whoa, I don't know what just happened.
You just zoned out. Dude, trust me, I do that sometimes.
Holy shit, sorry.
Actually, I do that. I do that surprisingly a lot.
I just completely zoned out. Completely zoned out, quite frankly, completely zoned out. Woo! Dean, eat, brother. Actually, I got some food. I'm probably going to get some more when I go out. I think I might I might be back on like a health arc though. You know, like I think I'm gonna go out today, do some grocery shopping, get a bunch of
You
like
cannot say a health arc after that. That's crazy, Dean.
health arc, bro. I'm gonna be back on my health arc. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get some creatine and some protein powder. Right. I'm gonna get some like avocados
Okay,
for like,
RFK.
breakfast in the morning. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be RFK 2.0, but without the McDonald's and Zen. How about that?
And conspiracy and like sexual assault allegations and yeah, there's a lot of things to add to that list.
Yeah, but you know, no high fructose corn syrup. What's up, Paula? Hi. Hey. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Why?
I think he was the best candidate overall for me.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like honestly, Kamala, she's the vice president, as we know, for almost 4 years. And before Joe Biden dropped and she was running, she was literally labeled as the worst vice president ever, the most unpopular. And then since she decided to run,
Who labeled her that?
by my perception, and a lot of people that agree with me. I mean, what
Give it
did she
$10.
do?
Thank you, Kayla.
No, Trump literally just said
vice
that, and you just
president
accepted it.
that you say was great?
Sure, she helped
but-
influence some massive legislation like the Chips and Science Act, the bipartisan border bill, but of course ended up failing because it was torpedoed by Trump. The infrastructure bill, alongside a couple other. I just want to ask you a question. Can you name one thing that a vice president in American history has literally ever done ever?
No. But let me tell you something too, for both of you. No, let me tell you something. You guys always ask about the policies and like how much do we know about this and that. I don't think most of a majority of Americans have that on their top of their head, and I don't think they care so much about naming those or giving those answers. You know, what we care about is what affects us daily and how our life was for the past 4 years and the 4 years before that, and what you expect it to be for the next 4 years. So you can get technical with the policies and all of that, but
George, thank you for the $15
honestly,
on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, George.
it's about how much more money I was making back then, or how safer I felt back then.
What years
and
are you
how I went
referencing?
all of that back, and I think majority of people don't really know
Paula,
about
what year were you
policies
better
and
off?
all of that. And sorry.
What years were you better off than now?
I honestly, financially, I am okay. I've been okay for the past couple of years, but I do feel less safe. I'm in California, and I really don't like how crime are much higher.
I'm pretty sure crime is going down in California.
Yeah.
That's not how I feel, and that's the problem.
How you
That's-
feel is irrelevant in comparison to like the level of crime that's happening.
To like the facts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the feelings don't care. I mean, the facts don't care about your feelings.
That's right, Paula.
Okay.
This is
and?
the problem with these Republicans. You just place your facts. Wait, you place your feelings over the facts.
No, but that's really how I feel. I don't feel safe walking my dog at night.
Well, why?
Dude, I swear it's always the Republicans that
Because
shit on.
I
One moment.
I have the Citizen app. I have like all those apps, all those notifications. I know what's going on my neighborhood, and I don't feel safe. And I feel like
Well, I think it's totally valid for like a woman to say that she doesn't feel safe walking alone at
Yeah.
night, but I don't see why that would be any different 4 years ago.
it was maybe even before that. I did feel safer. I'm not gonna
Okay,
tell
are
you
you just-
that I'm here
hey, Paula,
reading like
be
about
honest. Are
crime
you
rates or if
racist?
they're up and they're down. I'm
Are
just
you
honestly saying how I
racist?
feel. I'm sorry.
Are you racist, Paula?
No, I'm not racist.
So then why do you feel less safe?
Because I see crime happening in my neighborhood.
Are you
That's
just- you see
the
it?
reason.
You see it more
I see
frequently?
I see, for example, my fiance cannot walk, cannot
Paula,
go like
are you
out
saying
in the
crime
Beverly
didn't
Hills
happen-
And
are you
wear
saying crime
his-
didn't happen
his
in your
nice
community?
watch because he's scared of being mugged. That being happening.
Are you saying
for
crime
a
didn't
long,
happen
long
in your
time.
community 4 years ago?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are you saying crime didn't happen in your community 4 years ago?
It maybe did happen, but I'm telling you guys how I feel and what I see, and I see it more often. That's just one of the points. And I think the problem with and why a lot of Democrat like you guys lost is because like someone said it here before, You don't listen. People like, okay.
No, it has nothing to do. That has
I
everything to
feel
do with
like Kamala- I think that-
idiots blaming inflation on the incumbent president, which happened around the entire world. Has nothing to do with us like not acknowledging something or like how we portrayed something. It has nothing to do with that. That's a ridiculous
Okay, how
statement for you
about
to
the
make.
crimes committed by illegal immigrants? Do you agree
They're
that's
2 times
higher?
less likely to commit crimes than natural-born U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean they're not committing crimes.
Sure,
That's
and
a
I mean-
statistic. Okay.
So then maybe you should like become a Democrat, right, and support the you know like the politicians with proactive.
I was
policy
actually a Democrat before.
Fuck.
And,
Fuck, why can't I
and
speak? Can I-
and,
can I
and like
finish?
I never really pay attention to politics.
Let me finish what I was saying.
And then no, let me tell you something. And then it's when you're young.
Well, we can't get
maybe I
anywhere if
was
you're just
when I was
interrupting me.
you're a little younger. Like politics is like I didn't care about it. I didn't read about it. I didn't research about it. So you know, it's
Okay, I'm
just,
going to go back to what I was saying. So yeah, well then maybe you should become a Democrat and vote for politicians with proactive policy to reform the legal processes of migration into our country to reduce the amount of undocumented migrants coming into our country.
and that's why I voted for Trump.
There's
because I
another-
believe
there's
he's
an- there's
going to
another
do
interruption.
that.
Paula,
Let
can
me tell
we
you something.
really-
There's no party that is perfect. The Democrat Party is not perfect.
Is
Neither
it
is
possible
the
for us to get
Republican.
anywhere if you just keep interrupting me?
Go ahead.
Just be more mindful, please. Be more mindful of not interrupting me. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Anyways, right? So Republicans have been campaigning on rhetoric since Bush when it comes to immigration. It's all about the mass deportations and banking on the votes of white prejudiced people. This is why Donald Trump will call migrants undocumented criminals that are raping our women, killing our children, and eating our family pets that are probably MS-13 gang member P3DOs. All phrases he's thrown at undocumented migrants because he runs on fear. He doesn't run on a fix, okay? But Kamala Harris, on the other hand, she wanted to reform the legal processes of migration into our country. She wanted to expedite the asylum-seeking claims. She wanted to make the legal processes significantly quicker and significantly safer, which by consequent would reduce the amount of people coming into our country through undocumented means. And then she wanted to further fund, right, Border Patrol to crack down on drug trafficking and sex trafficking across our southern border that is disproportionately committed by U.S. citizens, right? But on the other hand, Donald Trump, what does he have? What's his plan? You want to be able to tell me because he doesn't have one. He just wants to deport all of the undocumented migrants, which was something that Bush also said, and he said in his first term, but neither of them ever did it because it's practically impossible and it's nothing more than a fucking slogan.
Okay.
Boom!
No, what do you want me to say?
I want you to say, like, if you care about our border and you feel so unsafe, then vote for the party that's actually trying to reform the processes to make them better.
Look,
Wifey, thank you for the galaxy. Mwah.
what was done for the border for the past 4 years?
Well, I mean, yeah. First, right, they repealed some of Trump's very bad policies, like the Remain in Mexico policy. That was a humanitarian.
How is that
crisis.
bad? How is that bad?
Yeah, because apart from like splitting families up, it also just dropped migrants and various socioeconomic deprived areas of Mexico with very high rates of violent crime that put their
Let me
lives
tell you
on the line.
something. If I am a mother,
just
if
dangerous.
I am a family, and I'm considering coming to the U.S. illegally, crossing the border, and I know that my kids can be separated from me, I will think 10 times about going ahead and doing it.
Okay, but even if they still do it,
happen
why
to
should we
your
like blame it
family,
on the kids
if they're
by
saying,
separating
like,
them from
we're
their parents? I don't care, right? We need to make sure that we keep these families together. Not to mention, it only applied to 60,000 people, and it didn't decrease year by year migration into our country. And Mexico said they wouldn't agree to it again. And then on top of that, they also try to pass that bipartisan border bill with the reform actions that I just spoke on, with Donald Trump then turning around and torpedoing it, meaning that he's actively fighting for more open borders before they finally pass their executive order that significantly reduced crossings. They were a pretty damn effective administration when it came to immigration. They just had to deal with the incredibly incorrect and propagandist rhetoric of the right, and then Trump actively torpedoing what they wanted to get done. They got dunked on by the Republican Party, and I'll admit it. That's where the Republican Party did very well. Their manipulative messaging was phenomenal. That's why Trump won the election. But at the end of the day, they were still a very good and
How
proactive
they get so much
administration.
more of the Hispanic votes, for example?
Because of what I just talked about, manipulative messaging.
I don't. How is that? Like, you don't think the Democrat Party have also manipulative message and they lie to people to get what they want?
Oh, sure. There was some manipulative messaging on the left, but the right did it much better.
They both do though.
No, but the right was like, oh my god, the right was so
Okay,
good
so
at
now
it. It
now we're debating
like Paula, did Biden and Harris cause inflation over the last 4 years?
I think so. I think it was a combination of things. For
Boom!
example,
See, that's what I mean. That's an example of how the right did it better. They didn't cause shit. COVID did. They actually fought against
I said
it.
I think it was a combination of things. I don't say that
in the G7.
Sorry, you're talking and I'm trying to think and I missed what you said last. But I think, like I said, it was a combination of things. And what I think what I want is to make that better, to see improvement in inflation. And I trust Trump to do that better because he did it before. We had a much better economy when he was president.
He didn't cause it. And Biden and Harris didn't make it worse. You know, he adopted a very good. And
How is that? Gas prices here are $5 a gallon.
Yeah, but how did
it wasn't
how
like
did
that
the
when
Biden
Trump
Harris
was
administration
president.
cause the gas prices to be higher?
Okay, you guys you think the Democrat Party has nothing to do with the prices being higher? They are the government. They are the party in charge, and they have absolutely no control of it, and there are no fault for that.
If anything, they've put like pressures on gas prices to decrease them.
Sure. Wow.
Would you say the more energy independent we are, like the lower gas prices should be in theory?
I'm sorry.
Would you say the more energy independent we are, the lower gas prices should be in theory?
I'm not too sure. I don't know the exact answer. It sounds like yes.
All right, well, we're more energy independent under the Democrats than the Republicans. We're producing more oil and we're less reliant on imports. The reason we have higher gas prices is because there's just a lower global supply.
I don't know if I believe that.
Okay,
I'm being honest. I really have like I
EIA.gov.
I don't spend a lot of time doing this type of research, but
You're fine.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yo, I just got a new cameo request.
How does
Let's
Trump
go.
want to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. and then he wants to start drilling again?
We are already
You're
drilling
pretty
more
much
than
telling
we're
me
ever
that's
gonna
what
do.
the Democrats were doing that. But
Yeah.
if
we're
they
drilling
were
more.
doing that, why are we trying to bring it back?
Because that's just messaging to get your vote. It's a lie. It's manipulation.
What is the message that the Democrat Party gave you in this subject to get your vote? That
I'm
like
confused
everything
on
is
your
fine,
question.
it's great the way it is. We already did everything we're supposed to do.
There was like some of the poor messaging on the left, yeah, but I don't understand how that would conceptually relate to us having a conversation about if we're energy independent or not.
Because you were saying that we were more
Yeah, we were.
energy.
Just like seriously, we were. We produced more oil, right? 13.4 thousand barrels of oil per day compared to Trump's max of 12.9, and we're less reliant on imports. Those are facts, man. EIA.gov.
Okay.
Right? And like obviously those are going to be the two qualifiers for energy independence.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, I voted for Trump, and I hope like in 4 years from now, you could be wrong about that. So we'll have to see. But I do.
I actually can't. I can't be wrong about like our current drilling capacities.
We all
in our
can be
country.
wrong. Like some of you said, you were
No. It's like it's, you
Republican
can't.
back then. So yeah, you're wrong then. You know, we all make mistakes. You're super young. There's so much that is
Data
to
don't lie,
go through and
Paula.
learn.
Data don't lie.
Okay, so let's see the data in 4 years from now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to go over?
No.
I appreciate you for your time, Paula.
Thank you.
Peace out. All right. Hey, Parker, you want to go live, man?
Yeah, I'm about to. Whenever you hit restart, do you go off the app?
Yeah, for my last one, I think I did. But, dude, honestly, if I were you, I'd just tank that shit. Because every single time I'd hit a restart, it'd have the same push out. But then it'd just be like, oh, like magic send out, like an hour into the live. I think, like, this live only started to send out at about an hour and 20 minutes. It was super confusing.
That's so weird. I don't understand.
Yeah. Jada,
All right.
thank you for the $2.
I guess I'll
PayPal.
try.
Bet, bro.
All right.
And then I'll see you later tonight.
I'll see you, bro. I'll see you.
Peace out, Parker.
Peace,
So,
everyone.
Chat, don't leave to Parker's stream yet. We need to give him a moment to go live. And it is so much more effective if we all leave together. So don't start swiping yet. Sammy, thank you for the hand arts. We're going to hit him with a raid once it goes live, but just kind of like hang out here. Another consideration that I was just making, dude, there's 11,000 people in here. That is so many goddamn people. Like, holy shit. I'm just like trying to like be more of a realist and just come to terms with how many fucking people that is. Because to me, it's just a number on my phone screen, but I'm trying to like visualize myself inside of an arena with like 11,000 people watching. Like, holy shit. Like, I should be nervous. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's literally a stadium. Yeah, and I know, fucking for real. It's almost the T-Mobile Stadium in Vegas. That's nuts. Oh, I love you all too. I love you all too. I see everyone down there saying, we all love you. I love you too. We've had so much fun over the last year, you guys. We've been doing these daily live streams for so long, and I love them. Kennedy, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love. We have so much fun, man. I love these things. They're awesome. Let me know when Parker's gone live. We'll send it right over. The Kick, thank you so much for the anarts. I appreciate you for the love. And Dora, thank you for the $20 donation on PayPal. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to use that to go buy some new protein powder and a blender. So thank you for the donation, Dora. We are literally on the health arc now. So I'm going to go out and do that. Okay. Here's my plan. So I need to make a plan for breakfast. Sid, thank you for the galaxy. It's good to see you, Sid. I need to make a plan for lunch and dinner, right? And then I need to make a plan for like substitutes such as protein and then other substitutes just for working out. Because I've made the determination that I not only want to have a very successful content career educating people and making the world around me better, but I also want to have like a successful personal life and be happy and healthy. You know what I mean? And I really think for the last couple of months, my mental health has been really weared out because I haven't been healthy and I need to be healthier. I used to be like one of those like chronically on like really annoying gym bros that would spend like 3 hours at the gym a day. And honestly, I mean, the work paid off. I looked good. I felt good. But like, and then I started streaming and I completely shifted away from it. And I now I need to get back into that. So we're gonna do that today. We're just gonna hop in the deep end. But guys, is Parker live yet? Is Parker live yet, chat? Health grind? Hell yeah. No, bro. He needs to go live. Everybody spam go live Parker in the chat. Maybe he's watching on an alternative device. I just want to be able to send him a good raid and like people are leaving. We've had like 2,000 people. Okay, for the 2,000 people that have left, y'all fucking suck. How about that? Oh, wait. We're going to do something fun. Watch this. Accept it, Parker.
Tell everyone to go.
Go. Click anywhere.
Crazy, bro.
Click anywhere on Parker's stream, ladies and gentlemen.
We've never done this before.
And then click watch live. Okay? That's what we got to do. Everybody just do that right now. Click on his stream and then click watch live. This is a true raid, Parker.
I want to see raid.
Like everyone leave. I hate you if you're still here, okay?
Yo, Dean, okay, that's crazy, bro.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm kidding. I love you all. I'm sorry. No, that was a joke. I just heavy incident.
Now they hate you. See, now I'm gonna win Dean, I'm gonna win in the battles later. Okay?
Yeah, they know I love them. I love you all. Everybody, click on Parker's stream. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream in 10 seconds.
Appreciate the hand, thank you.
Oh, chat. Okay. All right. 10 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and end. Head over to Parker's. That is at Parker Get a Job. You could click over there right now by just clicking on the stream. Parker, have a good stream, man.
Appreciate the $10.
There's still 8,000 people. For the remainder of the 8,000 people in here, click into Parker's stream.
There's still 8,000 people there? I have
Yes.
6,000 in my live, 6.5.
I know. Well, no, okay. I think we got to wait till more people click over. There's 7,000 people
let's
here.
just give it a second. We're going to start getting some people up here to debate in a second. If you do want to debate, if you are voting for Trump, make sure to send a guest request. Or you did vote for Trump, make sure to send a guest request right now. Tap that screen. Let's run it up to 250,000 likes.
How many people do you have in there now?
6.8.
6.8? No, dude, keep going, you guys. Okay, now we're down to 5,000. Keep leaving. Go over to Parker's.
We're up to around 7K almost.
There you go.
6.9.
Nice. 5,000 people left. Let's get you up to 7.5, then I'm going to hop off. Let me know when you're at 7.5.
We're at 7 already. Everyone, keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes.
I love you all. I'm going to hop off, go to the gym. Click over to stream, please. If you love me, click over. I love you all. Bye, guys.
All right. Appreciate you, Dean.
All right. Peace out, Parker.
Appreciate you.